because YouTooz just own the collectibles market right now. So I do want to kind of go over this a little bit because I used to work with them. I've got no bad blood or anything like that with them at all. I mean, I might even work with them again in the future. I'm not sure. But yeah, I kind of wanted to weigh in because I've had problems with them as well. Thank you, Liam, for the 21 months.
No.
Also, I think the new Pyro Live video is going to be out tomorrow. I think. I'm really excited for it. There's this other video I'm about to record tomorrow as well. And I've bought... Okay, I'll give you a clue on what it's about, right? I've bought like 20 bottles of Mountain Dew and about 30 bags of Doritos. That'll give you a clue.
No, Berta, what are you putting in this bag?
Well, you said put things that are forgotten.
Well, dude, when you're putting stuff like your Funko Pop in here, I don't think you're even trying. In fact, most of the stuff that's in here are Funko Pops. Well, other than... Wait.
Crying emoji.
YouTooz? Do you want me to talk about this?
Ah, yes, the dumb Funko Pops matter.
Well, Berta, we're talking about YouTooz.
Good, just so you can stop making such a mess.
YouTubers
I don't mean to be a hater, but I never understood why people collected Funko Pops. I never understood it at all.
getting their own merchandise has been a thing forever now.
But to be fair, it's like Fortnite. It's like, I don't enjoy it. I don't understand why the game's still going. I know I sound like a bitter old man, but yeah, it's like Fortnite. Fortnite will literally never die now, just because the amount of collabs they have will just last for eternity. Like, even if people lose interest in the game, they'll have a collab. I mean, they did a collab with Lego the other week, and haven't they added Ice Spice as a character as well? Thank you, Bug Frog, for joining.
And while most don't last very long and go on to be forgotten, there's a company that not only maintained an audience since 2019, but also have been wildly successful, and that is YouTooz. They make products for content creators, internet memes, and even some big name brands. When purchasing a product with an average price of $29.99, it's usually under a pre-order and will ship at a later date, with the first figure ever being released being Dead Meme in spring of 2019, based off the internet meme Uganda Knuckles. Although promoted by some YouTubers,
It's actually crazy how much money they make off that as well. I think YouTooz came about because there was a guy called Austin Long, and he was, I think, like a part owner or CEO of this media group called Omnia. And then he left Omnia for whatever reason. And then he was someone else founded YouTooz. And they just made like mega money off it. Thank you, Trappin, for the 10. My childhood dog passed away recently, and your video about your dog really helped. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I go back to that video sometimes, and I just end up like bawling my eyes out. It's crazy.
Didn't get their first major success until the next drop, with the first wave of the Misfits, with Fitz, Swagger Souls, and Toby all releasing on June 28th of 2019. And they sold out pretty quickly. And going into July and August, more YouTubers...
Yo, there, wait, I saw my, wait,
and they sold out pretty quickly. And going...
There I am! Oh my god, next to Lachlan. Oh, my good friend Lachlan, who I speak to every day.
Into July.
I swear, the only interaction I have with Lachlan, I'll probably see him at like a party once a year in Australia. I'll just say hi, and then that's it. That's the entire interaction.
In August, more YouTuber-related toys would release, as Grande and Dolan Dark released on July 5th of 2019, while Leon Lush...
Dolan Dark? I feel like Dolan's is actually one of the best YouTubers out there. I know it's Glaze. Yeah, because all of them are just so interchangeable, right? It's like man with beard, man clean shaven. But then, obviously, you get Dolan's, which is just like a duck. Like, it's so iconic.
Jameski, Lachlan, Pyrocynical, and...
Oh, I got mentioned! Oh my god!
More members of the Misfits, McCreamy and Zuckles would release in August of that same year. While in September, YouTubers Anomaly, Pop Anomaly, Elvis the Alien, Call Me Carson, Quackity, Critical, and Mini Lad would come out.
God, they got a... Dude, I remember, like... They did a Mini Lad YouTooz. Imagine being a Mini Lad YouTooz. You know, like Toy Story, how the toys come alive? Imagine if YouTooz came alive. Like, if you were a Mini Lad YouTooz when those allegations went down, dude, Sid from Toy Story would be setting those on fire. Thank you, Burrito, for the gifted.
And near the end of the month, internet meme Pepe would drop. Starting October off...
Yeah, this is one problem I had with YouTooz. I think this is in the early days, and I think they've gotten better with it now. What they would do was, essentially, they would make memes of... They'd make YouTooz of memes, but they wouldn't ask the original creator. I remember one instance was, you know the Walter dog? I've actually got... I think my editor's in the chat. Matthew, if you're still here, can you DM me the image that you bought a part of Walter's sofa? I actually want to show that on stream. One of my editors bought like a patch of the sofa that the dog was sat on. But yeah, they made a YouTooz of that dog without asking the owner for permission, just to bank off it. And then obviously the owner found out because people snitched, and instantly, yeah, they were like, oh, well, yeah, sorry.
Off with iMalix and Memulus dropping on October 4th of 2019, the first 2-foot figure would be released, being Pep.
No, I know he's called Nelson. I know he's called Nelson, but just Walter's funnier.
a 2
I like fire truck and muster truck, Walter.
foot, and also being the most expensive at $600. Moving along, Daquan, Muzelk, Too Mad, Albino, and Jontron would release throughout the month, as Harambe would release on October 25th of 2019.
A Harambe YouTooz.
On Halloween Day, Spooky Souls and Hello Meme would release, and the next day on November 1st, 2019, Schmitty, Cryzo Gaming, and Jay would release.
I'm really sorry. No hate to Cryos. But if I saw that, I would just think that's an XQC YouTooz.
At this point, YouTubers were doing so well, figures were selling out left and right, and they were building an actual community. Nothing could really hurt this company, until something did.
Is it because they made a Pepe toy?
You actually know what I'm talking about?
Damn it, why was I even listening?
When you're selling a product that has copyrighted material, you have to make sure you can use it from the current owner, and that's what YouTubers failed to do with the Pepe product.
That happened recently with the Chill Guy. You know the Chill Guy meme? Like, they basically, the owner found out that people were like monetizing it without like permission, and so he actually went ahead and copyrighted it.
So, on November 4th of 2019, YouTubers were contacted by the owner of the Pepe meme, and were told to stop selling it. And although it ended fairly quickly, this wouldn't be the last time YouTubers got in trouble, as after the release of Keem it. And although it ended fairly quickly, this wouldn't be the last time YouTubers.
Just wanted to chime in and reply. We did not steal art. Continue to say that is so offensive to all the people that work hard on our team. That is important to correct it. Yeah, I remember like talking to the YouTooz team when I was trying to design my character because I was being really picky about it. And I think they were okay with me making changes, but there was another YouTuber that had YouTooz made, and apparently this guy was really specific of what he wanted for his like Sona as well. And I think because he was a smaller guy, they were just like, nah, you'll get like one change and that's it.
Got in trouble, as after the release of Keemstar and Ricky Berwick on November 8th, on November 10th, OK Boomer would
These are like 3 YouTooz that I hope no one owns. Wow.
release, which was a mix between Call Me Carson and Walter, who was a dog that became a meme because of this image. But the owner of the dog would respond by explaining their frustration
There we go.
of
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
making
it.
a figurine.
I don't even mean hate towards Carson, by the way. I just think, like, why would you combine it with the Walter meme? It's just so bizarre. Cool, guys, cool. Just use the likeness of my dog for profit without asking me for permission or even crediting the source of the copyrighted photo. You're basing the figure off. Really cool. Stop.
Of their dog likeness. YouTubers responded by apologizing and having the figure unavailable for purchase. But anyone who did purchase OK Boomer or any of the Pepes still received them. This was still near the beginning of YouTubers. Lessons had to be learned, and given how fairly new the company still was,
Yeah, it's a bit sneaky how they, like, still made it anyway. Yeah, because they obviously already produced it, and then they were like, well, we like money.
something bad was bound
When
to
making
happen.
your figure, did they ask you if gas was okay?
Yeah.
Wait, dude, where are you going? We still have so much to talk about. Well, at least you're still here, Bird Up.
Sadly,
Continuing on, Gnome Star in the first J-Schlatt related product would release on November 15th of 2019.
Yeah, J-Schlatt had so many different figures made with YouTooz. It was crazy. I feel like he definitely does own part of YouTooz.
Then the next day, Doge would come out, while Pokimane and the Mr. Beast crew would come out in the later half of the month. And starting December, Clown would drop on the 5th. Then the next day, a set of the Misfits and Christmas outfits would release, including I Notorious, as this was his first ever figure, and Snowy Meme would also come out. For the rest of the month, Carson do a handstand, YouTooz tape, Jollytron, Shark Puppet, Russian Badger, Felice Nave Doge, Technoblade, Skeppy, Wilbert Sud, Flamingo, and Cletus
Damn, they did a Technoblade one as well.
would release. And moving into January of 2020, McNasty
Yeah, I only had 2 made, I think. I had one made of, like, just the fox. No, the first one was a TV head, and then the second one was sat on a bunch of TVs.
the Dew, Soup, and Valkyrie would start off the month. Then Raccoon Eggs would release. To finish
It's such a clever business model, though, because you're basically, like, you're buying into a trend. Because I noticed that some YouTubers were kind of salty because of the cut that YouTooz was giving out. So they made their own brands, they made their own figures, and they just didn't sell, like, anywhere near as well. Because, like, when you're buying a YouTooz, you're basically buying into the brand.
things off, H2O Delirium
Raccoon Eggs? Oh, yeah, what happened to him? That's such a good point. What happened to Raccoon Eggs? Because he kind of, he had, like, a condition or something, right? 4 months ago. Oh, no, he's still uploading 4 months ago. Yeah, he was getting an insane... Yeah, look at that. Like, 5 mil, 6 mil, 10 mil? 8 mil? Jesus. That's insane numbers. Wow. Yeah, it's really scary how, like, if you don't keep uploading, people just lose interest and they just move on. You know what's funny? I saw this one TikTok. You know, Nick Ocado, I saw this one girl on a treadmill on TikTok roasting him, and it was like, Nick Ocado, like, working out, losing all this weight, spending years of his life to get in shape, just for people to forget a week later. You know, forget the fact that he's, like, improving his own health and stuff.
Serious cartoons, Josh, Molly, second versions of Anomaly, Pop Anomaly, Travis, Slimesicle, Ted Nivison, and C-Scoop, along with a Lunch Club poster, would all release. Going into February of 2020, Tuxbird and Yummy would release on the 7th, alongside Motivational Lizard, which, when buying him, you'll have a chance of getting one of 5 different sentences written on his back. Murley and Anthony Pitt.
His stepmom died by a drunk driver. Is that real? Jesus. That's horrible.
1 were out on the 14th, while Ali and his intro were released on the 21st. We're opening the box with the intro plays the iconic song, but it's been a couple years, so it sounds kind of weird now. Lastly, another version of Pyrocynical being
let's go, I'm being mentioned!
Vision would release to close at the month. Now in March of 2020.
I really like that one, though. I went over a lot of revisions on that, but that was like, that's probably one of the most, like, high detailed YouTubes, because it's all the little TVs and stuff as well. I like that one.
Another version of Pyrocynical being
I mean, the characters changed. The characters changed a lot now. It doesn't really look like that anymore. Like the hair's different and stuff, but yeah.
Pyrovision would release to close at the month. Now in March of 2020, Davey 504 releases on the 6th, while the Wildcats, Willin, and Do You 4 dropped on the 13th, with the last one getting a 1 in 4 chance of being a smoochy version, while for the rest of the month,
he's fat. Okay, yeah. I kind of set myself up for that one. Fair enough.
Game, Call Me Kevin, Jim Pickle, Jacksepticeye, another version of Mini Lad being Craig Thompson, Big Jiggly Panda, and all 7 members of the Sidemen, with a money launcher gun as a free bonus, would all drop. Connor Eats Pants, Beef Boss, Ludwig came out on the 3rd, while Jack's Films dropped on the 10th, with Dat Boy, and Joe Weller on the 14th. Sir Pello, Circle Tune, Ginger
Wait, we got it. This is, I mentioned earlier that my editor... Did you edit this right now of your Sona? That is so gay, Matthew. He actually put subscribe to Rams. He made this image right now. God, you are so gay. But yeah, this is Matthew had he bought like part of the couch, I think, that the dog was sat on, the Walter dog. This is the certificate of authenticity. The certificate hereby verifies the authenticity of the accompanying fabric swatch. A unique piece of the yellow couch featured in the original Puppa Nelson photo. It's like signed and stuff as well. Of course, he had to put his own Sona in there.
Hal Bird, the Sea Rabbit, and the first major company-related project with Arthur, based off his Angry Hand meme, would release on the 17th. But on April 20th, another version of
I mean, it's probably easy to get the rights for Hey Arthur, right? Because it's like, that's basically a defunct show now. It ended years ago.
Eggs being Raccoon Abies would drop, but there are some interesting things surrounding both of the Raccoon Eggs products.
Well, Mr. Company is in controversy. Look how shocked I am. You don't actually have to look.
Good, because I was so confused. According to Raccoon Eggs, YouTooz contacted him multiple times to get him to make a figure.
They asked me like 3 times to do one, and they shot out a design in like a few hours, I think.
The figure he got yesterday was the first prototype of his new YouTooz, guys. Get your wallets ready and clear an entire shelf off the room.
Thank you, Raven, for the 10. God, I wish. God, I wish. Yeah, I stopped working with YouTooz because we did the first model, we did the second model, and I never liked the cut that they gave me. And then I was in London, and a YouTuber told me, a British YouTuber, he basically said, I told him how much of a cut YouTooz were giving me, and he said to me, oh, you're being shafted. Like, my cut's way better. My cut's way better. And I was like, okay, like I had this conspiracy theory all along that like I was definitely being shafted. And then I confronted them about it. They kept denying it over and over and over, just saying like, no, like everyone gets the same cut. Everyone gets the same cut. And then I mentioned to him like, well, some YouTubers are getting more drops though. So it's really obvious that you've got YouTubers that have bought shares in the company. So they get a preference. I mean, a good example is like Gamer Subs, right? Like Jay Schlatt owns part of that. Russian Badger owns part of that. You know, I still work with them happily and stuff. I was even looking at buying into them at one point. But yeah, I just didn't really like the transparency and stuff, and then I left. And then I found out that same YouTuber then came back to me after I left and said, "Oh no, sorry, I got the numbers wrong. Actually, we were on the same cut." So that put me in a really awkward position because I basically just said like I was done with them. I don't want to work with them anymore. And then after that, I was just told, "Oh no, we're on the same." I'm not sure whether he was told to tell me that, But yeah, like I'm not against working with these guys in the future, but obviously I just know that, like, you know, unless you own part of this company or you have shares, like, they're making the bigger profit. Like, you're not. You're just basically getting like an appearance fee kind of thing.
I think they'll just revoke you from the store if you don't follow the terms and conditions. Yeah, you think they just keep up? Because the thing is, like, they did that same shit for me. They're like, if you want to do this, you would have to promote it all over your fucking...
They're trying to get you back. I have been reached out by them a couple of times. You know, like after I got cancelled and stuff, and I did the response video, they're like, oh wait, it's not a groomer? Okay, yeah, you want to come, you want to come work for YouTooz again? And I was like, oh, maybe. And then we kind of just never had to... Like, I could probably reach out to one of them right now and like get like something set up. But I think if I were to talk to them again, I would want them to be fully transparent. Like, I would be like, please get me a list of like all the YouTubers that own part of your company that bought shares. How much do they own? I want you to prove to me that like every YouTuber gets the same cut. Unless they own shares in the company, because obviously that's different.
YouTube and Twitter. And I'm like, oh...
Because it's so easy to be like an up-and-coming YouTuber, and then you blow up and stuff, and then you get like all these companies that reach out to you, be like, oh, let's do this sponsor, let's do that sponsor. And then you kind of realize, like in hindsight, it's like, oh, they're actually rinsing me. They were just like grabbing me like while I was famous, and now I'm not really famous anymore. There's so many examples of that of YouTubers that like were huge, and then they kind of fell off.
Well, yeah, believe me, I know. I've seen the fucking ads for it.
And on Two's talk, lots of new information would be spelled out.
This is his wording. I don't give two shits what they do. They emailed me and said I don't have to advertise them. Like, and he said, fuck it, go ahead. I don't care. He didn't even know of the...
Higher or lower than 30%? I don't remember, actually. I think the last YouTooz I did was like 3-4 years ago. Probably over 4 years ago. It was a while ago. But it wasn't great. The cut wasn't great.
D2 is coming.
Huh. He didn't read the contract.
I mean, to the average person, it's insane money. But then obviously, when you realize that another YouTuber is getting like more of a cut, then I kind of just think to myself like, oh, well, it's, you know, it's not enough.
He didn't know until I said something about it.
That's really interesting.
And he said he gets zero royalties. He doesn't care what they do because he doesn't have to advertise. So it's none of his business. Also,
as the owner.
Yeah, and also I want to point out with Rack, he said he didn't want to look like a sellout. That was another huge factor. He did not want to look like he was relying off of it for profit. Because he wants his own creative freedom to do what he wants with his videos. He wants to do all his own shit and not have anyone interfere.
Yeah, he wants leverage.
Exactly. So that's why he let YouTubers do what they want, so he can do what he wants and not have to worry about it.
No royalties.
No royalties.
How
He doesn't get a cent.
Wow.
I'm so confused. Like,
He just said, go ahead.
wow.
Don't give me money.
Now, if all this is to be believed,
If that's true, oh my god. Imagine doing a drop and making no money. Like zero commissions? Zero royalty.
which bear in mind, all this is alleged and hasn't been confirmed,
Yeah, there's no proof, obviously. It's just, you know, source my ass.
there are some defenses that can be made. They likely already had
Thank
the
you,
design of
VH
the
Dan,
first
for
figure
joining.
ready, and they just needed Raccoon Egg's approval to release the product. But all the other stuff, yeah, I got nothing.
I'm guessing they saw how Raccoon Eggs just didn't really care and they just assumed they can do anything.
But that's still not really an excuse not to pay him for, you know, his figure. And the trend of problems would continue, as on April
God, I bet if that's true, I bet they were rubbing their hands, Like, they were rubbing their hands like, oh my god, bro, like the biggest YouTuber in gaming right now literally just said he does not care. Holy money.
24th of 2020, with the wave of dogs being released, being Pablo, Chewy, and the controversial one, this one, who is a dog who is owned by a member of the YouTooz community. But the name is actually a slur used against Romanian people. Although when people pointed this out, many commented saying that it doesn't really matter since it was a name of an actual dog and no harm was intended. Ending April would be V on the 28th of 2020, and kicking off May would be Technoplane and Mob Schlatt. But guess what happened? More controversy. Mob Schlatt's original design featured this logo, featured on the back of his chair, but looked very similar to the Dutch East Indian Company, which have a history of trading slaves. The logo was removed shortly after.
But what do you think about the whole situation?
Hey man, I'm just here to tell you what happened.
But didn't you comment on the raccoon?
It's not a slur. It is a slur. Gypsy used to be a word used, I think, for like travelers in the UK. Especially when I was young. like in the UK, that could be like any kind of traveler, because most of the travelers that we have in the UK are Irish. And like I remember like when I used to live like back in Birmingham, like when I was like 12, there'd always be like these travelers that like they just set up like caravans on the top of the, they always set up in public parks, and they basically just sit there and camp and like set up and leave all their trash and stuff everywhere until the police get called, and then they run them off, which usually takes like about a week or so, because people just don't really care initially, or the police just take so long because of bureaucracy. I'm not sure if gypsy is a slur. There is another word after gypsy that also begins with G. There is a slur. That is a slur. That one. It's a 4-letter word. I'm sure like some of you in chat know what that word is, but yeah, I don't know. I remember it always being gypsy as a kid, and then it slowly changed into just traveler.
Next, Hedge Doge, Lo-Fi Girl, all the members of Do Perfect alongside the YouTooz basketball, Dennis, a version of Flamingo being former Flamingo, Vex, No Fuckers, Cobb, Bikini Bandit, and Mr. Stark would all release throughout the month of May of 2020.
Everyone's just saying goon. It's not goon. No one in chat has said the word yet. No, wow, no one actually knows the word. That must be a really old like boomer word. Yeah, no one's got it. Crazy.
Well, the first ever plushies of a 1 and 2 foot flamingo would also drop.
Myra, have you seen?
Wait, why did that skip? Try and play that again.
Myra, have you seen the mud monster scene from the Brothers Grimm? Saw the clip early today, and that broken British English reminded me of you.
Thank you, Donnie, for the $20. Holy base, thank you, man.
Close things out for
I haven't seen that.
The first year of YouTooz, Austin received his own figurine.
Which one? Wait, word up. Are you even paying attention?
It's alright. I wish I can just read.
Jip is all I got. Add an O on the end, and that's the slur.
What wrong sweater? You took my sweater without asking me? I'm 19 years old, I'm in college, and I can't read, and that's your main takeaway from my story? We could have just asked to borrow it. Moving on.
There were two Austins working at YouTooz. First, there's Austin Long, who is one of the co-founders and is the current CEO of YouTooz, and is one of the most vocal people at the company. As in many of the situations we'll be discussing later on, Austin Long is always present to respond. Then there's Austin Litman, who is another one of the co-founders and is Canadian. He mainly acted as the social media guy as he promoted the company in several tweets and interacted with the community. And Austin Litman is the person that the Austin YouTooz is based on. The rest of this conversation, whenever I refer to Austin, I will be referring to Austin Long, unless specifically specified.
Let me guess, they had problems that...
I always thought it was the same person. Like, it's so confusing that they're both called the same name.
I've been having a terrible time right now with life and stuff, but your streams always cheer me up and I'm thankful for your content. Excited for the changes coming for the Slop channel, much love.
Thank you, Sophia, for the 10. Hope you've been doing better. Yeah, we got the video coming out tomorrow. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully it does well. If it doesn't get 10 million views, it's back to Mr. Beast videos.
Needed to be addressed.
Silky, would have been better if I said that, but yeah.
Despite how everything was going, as most of the figures were selling out pretty quickly, and they were working with very large creators, not everything was perfect. Aside from the previously mentioned problems, at the time, multiple figures were getting delayed. Clown, Shark Puppet, Dedue, and various others were having their shipping dates pushed back, and even when figures would arrive, certain things would be wrong, with some small cases like the back of Ricky Burrick being...
Of all the things that you have a problem with, they actually painted over Wiki Berwick's butt crack
blue, or in much bigger cases like Skeppy's head being a darker blue, or Doge being more pink than what was shown on the website. And even then, there are reports of figures showing up broken, and I can personally attest
Most
to this.
YouTuber merch sucks ass, make something good. But I wanted to talk, I bought the Jumbo Josh orange plush.
You know what? You actually reminded me. You've reminded me of something. Because, oh my god, guys, quick shill. The Christmas merch is now available. He makes slop, but the shirt is actual quality. Thank you, Kyle. We actually have the Christmas merch available right now. Oh my god. Look at that. The Christmas hat. It looks so good. It looks so... Shut up, Kyle. I will definitely be buying that. Oh my god, the detail. And then the Christmas jumper as well, that I've been wearing like every video. I might go put it on right now, actually. I might go put it on right now. Give me a second. Give me a second. Look at that. Oh my, look at this. Look at this design. Wow, it's so good. Look at the arm. Wow, I would buy that. I would definitely buy that. Oh my god. I'd buy that right now, wouldn't I? Wouldn't you? For £40, which is $2,000. Wow. I would definitely buy that right now. Wow.
I remember back then I
all right, the shill's over.
bought the
Don't throw rotten fruit, bro, in chat. It sucks.
YouTooz. And when I got it, I was surprised to see the swords on the back were just broken off. These are all valid concerns.
But YouTooz were very understanding and accommodated customers very generously.
With miscolored or broken figures, YouTooz gave customers replacement at no extra cost. Even with my YouTooz, all I did was message the YouTooz support email and they gave me a free replacement. This is
Damn, that's pretty good, actually. Because usually they'd want you to send the old one to verify it, but the fact that they were just giving them out, that's kind of based.
something they still do to this very day. And at least from what I can tell, there haven't been any significant miscolored figures since.
4-day sweater? No, I put a new one on every day so it doesn't stink. Thank you for the 10, Red.
In addition, YouTooz have gone to great lengths to ensure that your figures aren't broken at arrival, as more inside packing and protective covers were given to later figures. As for the delays in shipping, they gave all affected customers a $7 discount code. But adding to that, Austin has since claimed
What's the shop link? It's just pyrocynical.store.
that a man named Jason was meant to manufacture the figures, but the man, quote, provided falsified documents claiming to own manufacturing faculties, which we later found he didn't, and costed YouTooz, quote, over $500,000 in damages, as they had to get different people to produce the products. And even then, allegedly, the man continued to make figures despite YouTooz telling them to stop. YouTooz have made mistakes, but they've learned a lot, and even considering the circumstances, as the company were around a year old, the business partners not being honest, and the
bad thing that happened in 2020.
Problems were bound to happen.
Jesus Christ, just complain.
Well, what's the bad thing that happened in 2020? Apart from my response,
I'm
what
not
is that?
buying your merch of swill, pausing Patrick.
Thank you, Oil Baron, for the 10. Not very rich for an Oil Baron, bro. You're only giving $10.
Anybody fancy some lasagna?
Okay, look, if you just give me a couple minutes, okay, then we'll cry
I'd
and
like
yell
some
about the
lasagna.
dumb, stupid toys, okay?
Damn it, this
Oh, COVID? Ah, true.
shit is
COVID response?
taking forever.
Calm down. Wait while you are here.
In June of 2020, many more products would release, as the next ones were for a company being the emojis. Uber Danger on the 9th, Internet Meme The Duck Song on the 12th, 407 Bob Ross, a 4-foot version of Bob Ross, and a crossover of Bob Ross and Carson, the 19th. Internet Meme of Mr. Peanut.
It's actually crazy how, Carson was basically as big as J Schlatt. Carson at his peak was basically as big as what J Schlatt is now. It's just insane.
Baby Nut on the 21st, while the rest of the month had 2 figures for Unspeakable and Preston, Dream, George Not Found, Boogie with the Hoodie, Ryan P, Hey I'm B, and 1-foot versions of Swagger and Toby, and to close out the month, 2 figures based off the Netflix series Narcos.
I'll be honest, I think the white YouTubers are probably some of the weakest ones, especially if they're YouTubers that are clean shaven, because to me personally, they just all kind of look the same.
And the internet meme, Waiting and Sad Pablo, would come out on the 30th. Comment Etiquette and Nux Taku would start off the month of July. Internet meme stocks and more emojis following shortly after, as the rest of the month had only YouTubers, including 2 figures for SMG4, 2 more figures of Anomaly and Pop.
He still streams? No, I know. Yeah, he still streams. He's got like a new friend group and stuff now.
Anomaly, Schmitty Milkbag,
Builder Cryzo,
BB No Money, Lewis Spears, Dashy, Corey X Kenshin, Soda Poppin, and James and Chelsea from Dead Meat, along with a plushie that can be used as a keychain. 2 figures of Rumbus, Garrett Watts, Jonah, Internet Meme, Persian Cat, Crying Carson, 1 and 2-foot plushies
Crying Carson.
of Motivational Lizard, Markiplier and Crane gameplays dropping throughout the...
Okay, Markiplier 100% asked them, can you make my muscles really big? Look at that neck, bro. Like, I know he works out, but is he Sam Sulek now?
month. But in September of 2020, they had a lot more releases, with the month starting off with a wave of 5 Peanut characters, with James Marriott's Karaoke Slimesicle,
Dude, have you guys seen James Marriott recently? Have you seen him?
releases, with the month starting off with a wave of 5 Peanut characters, with James Marriott.
Okay. I gotta show this actually, because I saw this because I was watching like Will and E's story. I was watching Instagram story from Will and E. Like, he has
Sorry,
had...
bro, I invested in aluminium in 1866. I'm still suffering the consequences.
Hang on. I actually gotta show this glow up because it's like actually incredible. Because James basically just stopped drinking entirely and he got like a personal trainer and stuff like that. I thought he was never coming back to YouTube, but then he actually, Oh, wait. I don't think I can show you it. Oh, maybe I can. Right, I'm going to show you this on Willany's story, which probably isn't the best example here. It's very zoomed out. But, like, this was him. This was him, like, I don't know. I just sorted by most popular video. So, obviously a little bit chunky there. He's always a little bit overweight. But, like, look at him now. You can't see it very well. Yeah, you can't really see it very well. But, like, actual glow-up, bro. Hang on, I'll see if I can expand this a bit. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. Like, bro had such a glow up. Jesus Christ. Like, I get it. I get the cope. It's like, you know, lighting, angles, post-workout pump, all that, you know, all the boxes ticked. But, like, that's it. That's insane. Yeah, like, huge respect there. Jesus. Yeah, I saw that on my Insta story. It's funny because I didn't see it on his story. I saw it from like Willany shilling. I only saw it because Willany was like shilling My Protein as like a paid sponsor, and then he used James Marriott as like an example. But yeah, damn.
It's Karaoke Slimesicle, Internet Meme Why You Always Lying, The Nelk Boys, Teddy Lyrius, King Tunes, Dead Squirrel, Gorilla Fin, Omewrecker, Pro Lyrius, Poster of the Crew, Tubular Travis, Fishboy,
Pio,
Hugbox,
I think I have achieved new levels of slop. YouTube Rat said I was in the top 0.2% of viewers and watched 12 times the average viewer. Am I cooked, chat?
You are definitely cooked. You are absolutely cooked. But thank you for the 10 flow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've had so many people like at me on Twitter being like, I'm top 0.1%. It's like, that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing.
Flex Seal, a Flex Seal YouTooz can, Jack Sucks at Life, Donut Media, James and Nolan, Wilbur Sim, Fundy, Philza, Pink Noodles, A-Ling, and Punk all coming up throughout the month.
Although the Karaoke Slimesicle had a lot of issues.
To which Austin...
Yeah, Slimesicle was also someone that had a huge glow up as well. Like, he got like, I don't know what he got, like a cornea transplant or LASIK or something. So he doesn't need glasses anymore. And obviously he's someone that's like, he's like critical. I mean, they're both called Charlie, but like, he has like a sleeper build. It's crazy.
Litman and YouTooz offered a free kazoo to anyone who was unhappy with their order. Adding to that, originally on the YouTooz website, the box of Karaoke Slimesicle said it was a part of the Lunch Club collection and had a number 3 on the box. But due to the allegations regarding Call Me Carson, Slimesicle wanted nothing to do with anything Carson or Lunch Club related, so the site and physical boxes were changed to remove the Lunch Club and place the figure in the normal line. And it didn't stop, as going into the next month of October of 2020, with YouTubers Caleb City, Peanut Butter Gamer, Credichris, Archibald, and...
When's your glow up? Yikes.
4 figures based off the new Crash Bandicoot game would all release in one day on the 2nd of October. No Brush, Young Gravy, Red and Clunk from Angry Birds, Angry Bird being a mix of Bird and Angry Bird.
I like that one. That's my favorite YouTooz. No reason why.
Bordy, Miskiv, Dinosaurs, Rip and Dip's mascot, a YouTooz branded shirt and hoodie, Sam and Kobe, Jack Harlow.
Oh yeah, Rip and Dip was that company that Ethan and Healer collab with as well, with their merch.
Bruh Plushie, Matt Stone, Internet Meme Doodoo, and Carol Baskin, Real Master
Carol Baskin YouTooz. Carol Baskin like they were just hitting everything, man.
A set of
they do like a Nelson Mandela YouTooz if they could.
5 figures based off of Thomas Sanders and his characters, a wave of Shaun the Sheep figures, and a pumpkin plushie for Halloween would all release. Comedy Shorts Gamer, iNabber, Sapnap, Bad Boy Halo.
Okay. I gotta pull up the video now that he's been mentioned. I gotta pull up the video. It's the... I know I pull this up every time he's mentioned. I know. But this is such a... It's such a classic intro, bro.
Hey, baby. My name's Comedy Shorts Gamer.
How is that allowed? How is that allowed? How was that allowed? Oh my god. Just chloroforming some random woman that like rejects his advances.
Mr. Bean would start off the month of
It was a different time.
November of 2020 with 2 figures of Unis Honest, Marco Turzo, Internet Meme Nyan Cat, Tommy Innit, Chris Ramson, and Audrey Terabet. Wait a minute.
I swear it's just a coincidence.
Another wave.
What happened to that guy?
And Audrey Terabet.
Andre Turbia. He was huge. I remember, like, I'd always see his videos talking about YouTube. Like, he was definitely drama chasing for a bit, but because it was all animated. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, he hasn't uploaded for, like, a year. What happened? Yeah, he was getting... I remember, like, whenever there was a big drama, he would always do an animated story of it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were huge. Yeah, I wonder what happened to that guy. Because you kind of realized if you did, like... Yeah, it's all the Logan Paul stuff that just brought in so many views. Thank you, Jaco, for the month.
Wait a minute.
I swear it's just a coincidence.
Another wave of animation YouTubers and a couple extra figures would all release throughout the month. Next month in December of 2020, Jesus Christ. Some of the more notable figures were for another figure of Ludwig, internet meme Crab Rave, internet meme Swole Dog and Chims, Bop in collaboration with G Fuel, a wave of Street Fighter figures, the first wave of J-Schlatt plushies, Early Bird,
Wait.
You already made this joke.
more figures for the Vanoss crew, a wave of plushies for Slimesicle, and Chap would all release throughout the month, as a new wave of plushies for Flamingo would release to close out 2020.
Okay. How about you just visualize every figure, but only point out the unique ones?
Wasn't he already starting to do that?
Burnip, that's a great idea.
Huh, I guess he doesn't care.
Kicking off 2021 were this guy I don't
How many plushies does this guy have? Like, he's got them all over his room. He genuinely must have, like, every YouTooz drop ever.
know how to say his fucking name, and the internet meme The Keyboard Cat. While the rest
He said Chims. Yeah, it's Cheems, right?
of the month had products like
Hawk2s.
a line of gaming channels, Hubbo and Carl Jacob.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. It's like, these YouTooz, I don't rate them, genuinely, because it's like, they're just like white person. I like, without the hoodie, I wouldn't be able to tell that that was Carl Jacobs.
Animals with actual wolf.
Like, I get it. Like, not every YouTuber has, like, a Sona. They just use, like, their own face because they're not degens. Like, I get that 100%. But, yeah, I don't know. They all kind of fall into, like, the same category and stuff.
A wave of Breaking Bad figures, a line of Technoblade plushies, a few FNAF-related YouTubers, Mega Man, Daily Dose of Internet, and a framed picture of Dead Meme. And in
Daily Dose of Internet had his own YouTooz? Why?
February of 2021, the Duck Song plushie, Stinks, more Arthur figures, and many other YouTuber-related figures and plushies would release, including a new wave for Banjo-Kazooie. Next, in March of 2021, Refrigerator... Yeah, I'm not saying...
Refrigerator Senpai. Oh, classic meme there. Classic meme. I hope... Have they done a troll face YouTooz? I'd actually buy that.
Swole Dog and Chem's plushie would start off...
Cheems.
The month, with Uncle Roger and Bob's Burgers figures following on the 12th, with many figures and plushies for YouTubers and memes being released throughout the month, along with more brand-related products for Popeye, Killer Bean, and Peanuts. And the other publicly well-known YouTooz employee, Todd, who is well-known in the community for responding to emails and DM requests, received its own figure at the end of the month.
Although it should be noted that it's questionable if Todd is actually a real person.
And I was able to find old messages from an ex-moderator on the YouTooz Discord of them making up the name of Todd, and I'm guessing eventually the name just sort of stuck on, and now he's just a social media mascot for the company. Regardless, for the rest of this conversation,
Always furries, man. Always blame the furry.
I won't be treating Todd as if he is a real person, because let's be honest here, whether he is or isn't, Todd is still very much beloved in the YouTooz community. In April of 2021, 25 products would release, and many of them being quite interesting releases, including but not limited to plushies of Jack 6 at Life, a spinning thinking emoji, Hot Pops, Baldi's Basics, Chia Pets, Minx. Remember when she watched my video that one time? The troll face and
Holy cinema. Oh, I need that. Oi, I got my PO box down in the description, right, of this stream. Send me that. Send me that right now. Send me that. A tree, is that 3 foot tall or 3 inches?
And wait, Soldier Boy? This man has truly created everything.
They need to do one a little B.
Although during May of 2021, very few released, but on May 21st of 2021, 10 different J-Schlatt plushies would be released. And during the first half of June, framed pictures of Cuphead characters, many OG YouTubers getting figures.
Oh my god, is that Angry Video Game Nerd? Holy.
figures, plushies for Fundy and 5UP, and another wave of art for figures would release. But it would be during this month that a certain controversy would happen that would cause a lot of people to stop collecting for YouTooz.
Was it because there were more delays happening?
Oh no, so that did happen and is worth
It's the angry video game nerd.
criticism, but there's something more important that happened.
June 20th of 2021, Austin posted on the YouTube subreddit to announce that starting on July 1st of that year, prices for shipping would be changing from free to $5. Quote, "This is not a decision we made easily," and continued by stating, quote, "We've experienced a significant increase in costs over the last 12 months," and went on to list various reasons, such as an increase in raw material, shipping, and labor costs. Adding to that, they also hired more people on
I actually kind of believe this, honestly. Like, I've said a lot of bad things about YouTooz, but I do believe that genuinely. I think COVID, it's the same with us as well. It's like shipping is so expensive because like just COVID screwed everything. Like it made exports like so expensive, like sending things overseas.
onto the design team and color experts, and lastly said they wanted to support as many creators as possible. Keep this line in your back pocket for now, as we'll get to it later. In the post, Austin said, quote, "We know some people will be upset."
0 upvotes, by the way. It's always a horrible sight to see on Reddit when something's got like Reddit ratioing hurts more than Twitter ratioing. I'm not sure why, but it just does.
And saying this is a massive understatement. The ratings on the post are not visible. In pretty much every comment were either giving criticism, sending hate, or just being generally disappointed. Figures were already pretty expensive as it is, and in combination with delays in shipping and the amount of products that were already releasing, this was the last straw, as many stopped collecting for YouTube. In products that were already releasing, this was the last straw.
Like, okay, a good example is here. I'm not sure who this is. Like, no offense, obviously. I would just think that that's a Ludwig YouTooz if I looked at that. It might be. It might actually be. But I couldn't tell without seeing the name.
As many stopped collecting for YouTube, including community member Bricks, who by this point was actively collecting and pretty much had every product.
Oh my god. Okay, he's got mine, right? He's got mine. Surely.
Including community member Bricks, who by this point was.
Okay, you've got mine, right? I see the I'm Alex one. Okay, there's one. There's one. Where? J Schlatt. He only got one of them. Where's the other one, mate? Where's the other one? I thought you...
Actively...
Boys, we gotta find it. I gotta feed my ego. Where is it? Mine is there. But I know there's another one. I like all the emoji ones there. I can't see it. It's in the middle. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, based. All right. Based. Nice.
Pretty much had every product that released. Even he had to give up because the prices were just getting too much.
That's actually a very understanding and a good reason to stop collecting. Maybe you should take some advice from... But it's genuinely good advice.
A wave of Spyro figures, Dogecoin, Bad Boy Halo plushies, along with various others, would not only be the last...
Imagine you invest in Doge as soon as it dies, and then your reward is like, here you go. There's a Dogecoin YouTooz.
Things released in June of 2021, but also the last products that have free shipping. And starting on July 1st, shipping will now be priced at $5. With the first release under this new rule was the fourth meme, and business continued as usual. And many other content creator toys for people like the Hot Ones and Danny Gonzalez would release. While August of 2021 had some major collabs, with Cowboy Bebop, Kool-Aid.
I think the only YouTooz I have
for people like the Hot Ones and Danny Gonzalez would release. While August of 2021 had some major...
The only YouTooz I have of another creator is the Dolan plush. That is like the only YouTooz that I bought.
Collab with Cowboy Bebop.
I got it somewhere. I'm not actually sure where it is.
Bob Kool-Aid and more figures for the Sidemen. Then September of 2021 started with Shrek and Donkey. Other than more content creators like Vanoss and Crumb, a wave of Family Guy, Rick from Pawn Stars, more memes, and Godzilla.
Yo, thank you Trill Saber for the 50 gifted, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Aren't you the guy that made that whole video and you were doing it? You did that for like $2. The 50 gifted scam that I made a video. You are, right? Hang on. Hang on, I gotta confirm this now. Hang on. Was it Mystical? I'm actually that petty, I'm going to go find this, because I need to know whether to actually thank you or not. Didn't he put a video in? Is it the same guy or not? I'm not sure whether this is the scammer or not. When what? Go, what? We're in a bidding war. Oh, it was Mystical? I recognize the name Trill Saber though. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take it as genuine. I'm gonna take it as genuine. Thank you so much for the 50 gifted, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Yeah, because I there's one guy that keeps doing it and he's using like an exploit to do it. But yeah. Appreciate the 50 gifted, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh, actually, Trill Saber, if you have Twitter, DM me now like the receipt of the members that you sent. Because I don't want to like do like a half-assed. Oh wait, hang on. You're thinking of Mystical. Mystical's the scammer. Trill has donated a lot before, not a scammer. Oh, okay. Trill's the legit one. Okay, W's in chat for Trill Saber. Thank you, man. I use... Oh, you're using Canadian. Oh, you're using Canadian? Oh, no, that's based. Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I thought... Because there was a guy that was doing 50 gifted, like, every 5 seconds, and he was using, like, an Argentinian currency as a loophole. So he was spamming all the notifications for basically 50 cents. But, yeah. No, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, W's in chat for Trill. Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, sorry. I know I seem like the most stingy guy imaginable, but... Yeah, I was saying thank you so much to this one guy before, just then realizing that he was scamming.
Versus Kong. I actually am Godzilla if you guys didn't know.
No, the fuck you are not.
Don't kill my dreams!
First wave of the new Tooz figures for Crank gameplays would release, which were smaller versions of the normal figures. And also the first Toozies related product would release, being a strawberry lemonade drink. But then there's October of 2021. Wave of Lamamber product was...
I remember when I was working with YouTooz, they wanted to release gummies. I'm not sure how that went though.
Start things off, which would actually be helped out by the community.
Lemanberg.
Which, Pyro, I wanted to ask who you are voting for in the Streamer Awards Best Collab Stream category, and why you are voting for Connor Eats Pants X George Santos on Fortnite Friday, the hit Twitch show that's been breaking numbers as of lately.
I've had so many people ask me to vote for Connor Eats Pants. I didn't even know. Do you have to make an account to vote at the Streamer Awards? Yeah, I never got the Lemanberg law. What was that? That was just lockdown kids, right? Did anyone actually remember this? That there was like a huge war. There was like a made-up country and there was a huge war and stuff like that. It was definitely a lockdown kids thing. But I think I was just too old for it as well. Honestly, to like follow all that kind of stuff. Lockdown kids. Oh no, I'm saying lockdown kids, but like that was the main viewer base in 2020. And, like everyone's channels went up in 2020 because of just everyone being stuck at home. No, I had actual shit happening in my life. Yeah, fair enough.
After a few more YouTubers and Back to the Future toys, on the 22nd, the big bad happened, as 14 different plushies related to Jay Schlatt would release.
Now for the rest of the year, there isn't anything significant that was released. So, in short, in the later half of October through December of 2021, many brand-related products for Avatar, SpongeBob, and Attack on Titan were released, with the most significant release being for Five Nights at Freddy's. While products for content creators like
Five Nights at Freddy's,
Nvidia, and
that's where I wanna be. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ultimately, a wave of plushies for Flamingo were the last products released for 2021. And that is almost everything that was released in 2021, and I need to go vomit again.
Dude, I gonna go record him.
Oh come on, is that really necessary?
For the amount of shit he's putting us through, definitely.
Okay, well, YouTooz were very successful. How successful, you may ask? Well, according to this Business Insider article
that had an interview of Austin, he stated that the company had made over $30 million in sales revenue in 2021. Now, let's bear in mind one thing. Sales revenue does not mean profit revenue. A big amount of the sales revenue likely has to be used to pay for material used to make the figures, factory workers, the content creators and brands. My point is, they likely didn't take home anywhere near $30 million.
There'd probably still be in excess of 10 mil though, like in pure profit. Definitely.
But still.
God fucking damn, you made that much money from making YouTuber Funko Pops? Look, I'm not a professional in like business related stuff in the slightest. I almost failed civics back in high school. But if you were able to generate that much money in only a couple years, sales or profit rep.
The bit with the birds isn't funny. I mean, he's 19. He's 19. This is literally something I would have done when I was 19 on YouTube.
That's still pretty impressive.
Alright, we get it. Just finish this stupid list.
Well, yeah. There's still 2 years and a half full of stuff that we still need to talk about, so let's just try to get through it very quickly. In 2022, 523 different products were released. While this year had a lot of products for brands like Avatar, South Park, Five Nights at Freddy's, Spy X Family, Godzilla, Hatsune Miku, and so much more, they would also continue to make products for content creators like Jacksuck's Geography, Nick830, Wendigoon, Ren and Link, Chad, Skeppy, and many more. While also introducing the first pin.
Wait, what's that one?
And Link, Chad, Skeppy, and many more.
Who is that? Finna Nut. Finna Buster Nut. Who is this guy?
While also introducing the first pins with the J-Schlatt H2O Delirium.
It's not Captain Sparkles. Dreamy Bull? No, it's not. No, it's not Dreamy Bull. That's Metro's Booming. Shut up.
Five Nights at Freddy's and Corey extension sets. The first mugs with the Freddy and Vanny mugs, and even some very interesting releases. YouTube's Monopoly and Jenga, J-Schlatt shoes and beanies, even an artist for YouTube.
God, they wanted to be such a brand. I remember being told by a guy that worked at Valve, right? And he told me, like, you know, Valorant, like Riot Games, they want to make Valorant a brand. Sorry, no, not Valorant. They want to make, like, League a brand. They want to make it, like, as big as Disney. And I feel like this is what YouTubers were doing here. It's like, you know how Arcane's on Netflix right now? Apparently, they lost money putting it on Netflix. They got offered better deals, but they wanted as much appeal as possible, so they purposely put it on Netflix, even though they had, like, the worst offer. Because, like, Riot just they want everyone to know about League. They want it to be, like, the next Mickey Mouse. Like, an iconic brand that everyone recognizes. So that's what they're doing. That's why they made Arcane, to try to be able to get it as promoted as possible, to get as much widespread appeal. Because when you're that monolithically big, profits, like relevancy, is more important than profits. That's why they're doing the whole Monopoly board and the Jenga and stuff like that. Yo, Trill, thank you for the 50 gifted, bro. W's in chat for Trill Saber. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's 100 now, bro. Thank you so much.
YouTube's Castrology received their own plushie. And for 2023, there was around 649 different products, with brands in games such as Cult of Lamb, Chainsaw Man, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Squid Game, Minecraft, and many more getting figures and plushies. While mugs were being normally released for Conquer, Godzilla, and even YouTubers like Wendigoon. And they even experimented with releasing pins with figures. But there were some odd products, like the Carson Chia pack.
Dude, that was so memed on.
Female_ gasp.
Normal dono.
Drinking.
Normal dono. I like how you fumbled the dono, by the way, as well. Thank you for the 10, Crispy. Yeah, I remember the Carson Chia pet was being memed on, like, before the cancellation as well. It was just like, why is this a thing?
Given the controversy that Carson had a couple years prior, it was a surprise that YouTube would still work with him.
Oh, this was after he got cancelled. Really? Oh.
Given the controversy that Carson had a couple...
Dude, that was 2021? Jesus, that was so long ago.
Years prior, it was a surprise that YouTube would still work with him. But according to Austin, the product was already produced for years, and instead of destroying them, they had all the profits donated to charity. But many still had conflicting opinions about the product, similar to the Poppy's Playtime figures, as Mob Games and...
Yeah, if it went to charity, because yeah, Carson did that year of charity as well, right? Basically just raising... I'm not sure how much money he raised, but he did like a year of like live streaming for charity and stuff.
Enchanted Mob have been under fire for their questionable acts. Like when the game initially blew up, they immediately started making merchandise, including NFTs, which are frowned upon by the majority.
I remember this. They did the Poppy Playtime NFTs. I remember this. God, that was cringe.
So the YouTube's collaboration was seen as a quick cash grab. Discord partner toy, variants of figures, a 6-pack of Five Nights at Freddy's gun.
To be fair, variants of figures and people like attacking that, Funko Pops have been doing that for years. It's not like it's like... I'm not saying that it's okay just because other people do it, but they've been doing that for years. Like, I remember how they had like... I remember walking into one comic book store and they had like a golden Thanos Funko Pop, and I was like, who is buying that, bro? Who is buying that?
gummies for $30, but by far their most controversial release would be with the Goober NFT figures. Now, to be clear, YouTooz have never sold any NFTs, only physical figures of them. The Goober figures were announced on October 22nd of 2021, but got so much backlash that the announcement tweet isn't even available anymore. Despite this, plans to release were still underway, as throughout 2022 and 2023, more information about the figures would be revealed, and on June 30th of 2023, Shiba and Cat Goober would release, to the dismay of many.
Well, they probably didn't want all that time wasted, so they released it anyways.
Can you let me talk? They probably didn't want all that time wasted, so they decided to release it anyways.
fuck
Yeah,
you.
fuck you.
Lastly is 2024. From January to, as of talking about this, figures releasing with pins have pretty much been before. From January to...
They should do like a Jeff the Killer one.
So they decided to release it
Imagine a Jeff the Killer. I mean, come on, they did Trollface.
anyways.
fuck
Yeah,
you.
fuck you.
Lastly is 2024. From January...
Where's that guy? Where's that guy got a bucket of chicken?
From January to, as of talking about this, figures releasing with pins have pretty much become the norm, and more collabs with big brands like Hatsune Miku, Futurama, and even Spider-Man of all things. But of course there's YouTubers, like Wavy Websurf, MatPat, and StampyCat again.
Oh my god, I've shown this before. But have you seen the MatPat tube tumbler? They had this other like weird spin-off of toys. I've shown this before, I know. That is absolutely demonic. I could not imagine owning something like that. Imagine like at 3 in the morning, you wake up and that is just looking at you, just dead on. With the glassy eyes. I never understood the point of getting stuff like that, of like an actual person.
Honestly, most of the figures are fine. Okay, well, except for then there's Garfield Miku, as many people disliked how the design didn't look anything like the original art piece. But something to bear in mind is that many companies are at play to bring the figurine to life, but it's possible that the original drawing just didn't work as a figure. At the end of the day, I don't really think it matters all that much. Then there's Cartman's superhero persona and Chef from South Park. The name of Cartman's superhero persona is a slur, which is used against African Americans, so you can imagine why a tweet like this caused a lot of
Chef and Cartman plushies. Every town needs a hero. Every town needs a... Why would you do it next to Chef, man? Come on. Come on. Like, putting it on his own, because he literally is... He is called that. It's short for raccoon. But with Chef? Oh, God. Please get media literacy. Yeah, that's bad. Like, I can't even cope and excuse that. That's really... Whoever wrote that tweet was definitely fired straight after, by the way.
lot of uproar. Now, obviously, they didn't mean any harm, but damn, like...
It's the fact that the word is right above Chef as well. Like, actually, what were they thinking?
Nobody saw this and thought it'd be a bad idea. Ultimately, though, YouTooz played it off in a joking manner, which is probably the...
Oh, yeah, we're hiring a new social... Yeah, actually did the bit of firing him.
Best thing they could have done. Just write the tweet better next time. There's also Flocked Ghostface, which was a figure that was exclusive to the exchange. While some were already disappointed that the figure was just a cooler looking version of the original Ghostface figure, more were upset that the figure was an in-store exclusive, meaning you had to live by the store if you even want a chance of getting the figure. Although the exchange Twitter account would respond to this by explaining that, yeah, we don't sell online. And in response to someone saying it wouldn't sell well, they responded by saying,
360 swag. So that if I ever encountered you in a game, I would avenge the original YOLO swag you killed in that old Overwatch video of yours.
That is such an old head bit, bro. I respect the dedication, though. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 10.
I'm confident it will. In that quote, it will sell enough. Honestly, a tiny bit unprofessional, but I found it kind of funny. So to support them, I bought the Flocked Ghostface, even if Saw's better. But the last one is related to an NFT, and that's Betty.
Oh boy, here we go.
Betty is a figure made for the NFT Deadfellas, who's been worked on and even shown off in
Haven't like 90% of NFTs just died now? They've just lost all their value.
early 2022.
I mean, Bitcoin is doing insane. It's like the highest it's ever been.
But from missed deadlines and a long time of waiting, it seemed like the figure would never release, as later stated by Deadfell's co-founder Site that YouTooz wanted to move away from NFTs. But unknown to many, on May 14th of 2024, Betty would be released, but not on the YouTooz website, but on its own site. And on June 3rd of 2024, the previously mentioned co-founder Site took to the YouTooz subreddit to explain some things, that YouTooz don't support NFTs, along with giving away a bunch of figures.
Now, for full transparency, I did contact the creator of the NFT, Psych, just to verify who he is and also get some more information about the figurine. And he even gave me
There are NFTs still around. No, I'm fully aware of that. They didn't just drop off the face of the earth, but a lot of them have lost most of their value.
A Betty NFT YouTooz, which I think is cool. Now, to be clear, obviously, I don't support NFTs. I think the concept of owning a picture is kind of dumb, but you know, a free figurine is a free figurine, you know? I'm not complaining in the slightest. The thing is, while I was talking to my bird, this showed up. So now I have 2 of them. Yeah, in total, if you include every figure, plushie, pin, board game, mug, and everything else, and also under V's guidelines, there is over 2,270 different products.
I would love to know what their most, like, flop YouTooz is. Because the one that sold the most is definitely one of the Schlatt ones, 100%. But I would love to know, like, which is their biggest flop. Like, if they had one of, like, a YouTuber and it sold, like, 3.
Hey Pyro, did you hear that Moist Critical got attacked? Apparently he's in hospital.
Is that real? Is that real? I feel that's a bit. Can anyone, like, verify that? There's, like, a bit of a delay in a chat. Oh, Dolan covered it? Oh, is it a bit? Hang on. I don't think. No, he hasn't. Yeah, you cap it. Okay. I'll let mods mods, could you like check Twitter or something and just have a look? I think he's capping. I think it's a bit.
Haslam.
Yeah. There's also a bunch of other things that I just didn't mention, like the life-size versions of certain YouTubers, Black Friday customs, and this puzzle, which, to be honest, I just don't know when it came out. Even then, there's a good amount of figures that I just didn't mention because... what exactly am I supposed to say about Tucker the dog? Without further ado, let's finally buy some of the... Oh. Hey, Andrew, are you okay? No.
I ain't buying a lot.
Oh. You know, if you really need someone to talk to, you know, we're all here for you. Okay, I will. Just not with you.
Hang on 1 second.
What's opinion on sorbet? I love mango sorbet. Also I got out of the sick ward in May and I missed 0 of your uploads. I'm disappointed.
Oh, right. I found it. I found it. Yeah, it's just the link, Lav. Thank you, Ramlied for the 10. I love sorbet.
Can I jump scare you?
So this is the attack people are talking about.
Can I jump scare you?
I can't believe this is real. Top comment, by the way, this is real. Real. Okay. Well, rest in peace, Moist Critical.
That kind of hurt, but hey, it's your mental health, so you do what you want.
Come on, what's taking so long?
You know, we don't have to buy from the website, you know? There are other avenues of buying YouTooz figures. Since the beginning, products are usually sold on the YouTooz website, but every now and then, some figures were exclusively sold on different sites, like the Nelk Boys, Dinosaurs, and any figure released with G Fuel. But these days, brand-related products have been made available on other company sites and in actual real-life stores, like Hot Topic, Spencer's, FYE, and various others. And that's...
What kind of stuff do they sell at Hot Topic? Because I remember growing up, the meme about Hot Topic is it's only like people that watch Twilight that shop there. I don't like it's all like goth stuff. I don't know how true that is though. I've never been to one in my life.
Mentioned some of the newer figures were only made of...
Oh, it's pop culture stuff? Oh, okay. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad though.
Available
Yeah, everyone's saying emo stuff.
for these stores. But it's worth noting that aside from a few sales and shipping prices, the figures aren't really any cheaper. It's just another way of buying the products. $20 on this fucking thing. Bird, ready to go? Bird up. Bird up.
Why did you leave him at the mall?
I mean, think about it. Now the room is ours.
If the rain washed away all the color in my sweater. Also, someone left me by myself at the mall.
Well, Andres, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Wait, I'm lying to you. Bird Up had left you at the mall.
Didn't you have a YouTooz? I had two. I had two major, like well over 3-4 years ago.
Brother, just talk about the products.
I've been collecting YouTooz ever since they came out, and now I'm disappointed
Oh, there's an albino one there based. I'm actually gonna go meet him tomorrow.
in myself.
Really?
I mean, yeah, but I'm way too deep into it, man.
Like you dashed for the 8 months.
I can't stop. With the amount of products that are out these days, I just buy.
I just got off the phone with 3 separate banks and Tesla for my Cybertruck, and you're still watching the same video. That is so gay. Like the fact that you used that to flex that you've got a Cybertruck. Oh! Oh! You're an 8-month member, so I'm not going to go too hard on you, but that was a sad flex if I've ever seen it. Oh, I was just calling my bank about my Cybertruck because I've just got so much money.
Buy the ones that I like, are cool and unique, or fuck it, why not? I mainly buy the figures because, I don't know, I'm not really a plushie guy.
Clearly.
Okay, wait, I didn't mean it like that.
Dude, don't cancel your membership, please. It was a bit. Don't cancel
I
it.
try my best to buy every
Yo, there we go. There he is. There he is.
commentary-related figure, as I'm a big fan of the genre. When
Oh, that's no fuckers. I couldn't even tell for a second. I actually see. This is what I mean about like the white ones. Like I couldn't even tell like that was Roman until the actual old character he had.
Wendigoon, Emblemin, Keemstar, Nuxtaku, D'Angelo Wallace. I bought the majority of the Minecraft-related people because I kind of have to. Dream, George Not Found, Sapnap, Quackity, Tommy Innit, Jack Menifil, Tubbo, Rambo, Will. Yeah, I do own some of the controversial people, like Wilbur, Minilad, and Carson. I would get rid of them, but everyone else is already trying to do that. Of course, I own a lot.
How much are they selling them for?
Minilad and Carson. I would get rid of them, but everyone else is.
70. Oh yeah, they're just like giving them away. They're just giving them away. I personally don't think that. I don't think that Wilbur and Carson should be in the same tier as Minilad. Personally, I don't think they should all be grouped together.
Already trying to do that. Of course, I own a lot of the other YouTuber streamer people. Ninja, Connor Eats Pants, Hugbox, FGTV, just to name some. As for the internet memes, I have Daggy, Clown, Harambe, Do You Fart, Let Troll Face, because we love trolling around here, boys. Although I don't really buy any of the brand or games related products, because I could just buy the Funko Pop versions. Come on, some of these are cool sometimes. Foxy, Ghost
You could literally just buy like a crying emoji pillow.
Face, Cult of the Lamb Guy, Eddie from Stranger Things, Yami Yugi. Then there's the big special ones like Golden Chainsaw Man and Golden Pochita and YouTooz Hoodie and Discord Partner and Motivational Liz.
Imagine having a Discord partner YouTooz. My lord.
I love him so much. I do have some plushies. J Schlatt, Technoblade, Miku J Schlatt, Minx are my biggest, which don't get me wrong, I like them, but I kind of
Schlatt had so many made as well. There's gonna be like 10 different variants. It's crazy. Because like Schlatt is like one of the people from that scene as well that's actually still relevant now. Like he's in like if Schlatt uploads a video, he will break 1 million views. Guaranteed. It is insane the numbers that he still pulls in. I honestly think, like, I don't want to pocket watch here, but I'm going to pocket watch. I definitely feel like he maintains that relevancy because he doesn't upload as frequently as other people, right? Like, I upload daily, and my first videos did insane numbers, like over 1 mil. But I think if you saturate something so much, people just kind of lose interest because it's so accessible. But like when Schlatt appears in another YouTuber's video, they're obviously watching it for Schlatt, right? Because he doesn't upload too frequently, so it's almost like an event.
put them in the corner of the room. I got Ellis Mark so Boblax can have a Sonic friend. I also have Jellybean because Dumpy made videos on them.
Oh my god, I remember the whole...
What's more gay? A commissioning thousands of dollars for fat furry art or buying the big boy metal car for the same amount you spend these donos on said commissions.
The metal car's gayer, sorry. Just ignore the thing in the corner there. That's my YouTooz.
in dumb
I should have lied and just said that YouTube's made that for me.
we trust. I also own some of the Tally Hall people, and I will forever hate the fact that I never got the last two. Then there's Pochita, and I was surprised of how small it was. Around this out, I do have some of the fun game-related stuff, which is nearly impossible to play with birds.
Can you please grab the block out for me?
Oh no, you lost.
Lastly, I do own all 3 of the people who worked at YouTooz, because I like Austin, everyone loves Todd, and I appreciate all the work that Castro does. Of course, I didn't list every figure I own, because
does the statue have a hole? Oh, come on, man. Come on, even for me, like, come on, there's standards, come on.
Please do not make me do that. As for the quality of the figures, I do have to say, they've definitely improved over the years.
You wouldn't even think that that's a YouTooz though, right? Because the YouTooz iconography is the little kind of eyes they have. But that's just like actual Yu-Gi-Oh!
Some of the beginning figures have more generic, simple poses, while many of the modern have very unique and interesting qualities. And the material of the figures feel a lot better. So much detail is put into both the figures and the boxes. Though, me personally, $30 plus $5 shipping is a bit much sometimes, but I think it's understandable given how much care is put into each product. Overall, I do think the products are cute and very well designed and made.
Is that Anomaly? Is it?
I just think the prices are a bit too much sometimes. Regardless of what I think, YouTubers have garnered a massive community, with people actively collecting and unboxing the products on their YouTube channel.
I love plastic garbage. I mean, some people just like collecting that stuff though, right? I personally don't get it. Says the guy with a 3-foot-long clay statue in his room. But, I don't know, I don't really have any YouTubers or anything.
Hey, Byro Dad again.
Hi, Dad.
I got a call earlier about someone asking if you like firm inflation or flabby inflation. I don't know what it means, but all the power to you on your choice. Love you.
Thank you, Time, for the 10. Probably the first one. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks, Dad.
Posting them onto the YouTube subreddit, and in general have a lot of people waiting to see what products they will release next. I asked community members Goldie and BoozeTooz about their thoughts on the company, and both have very positive opinions. They think the products are very high quality, and are worth the price given how much work is put into them, but there are some things that they want to see improved.
Okay, you know what I would buy? No meme. And I know that Ville would absolutely hate it. Imagine a Cruelty Squad
Could
YouTooz.
you please moan couple times? I am about to finish.
Moan a couple of times?
Like maybe some more communication to the community.
I was doing this, to be honest, recording 2 days ago. And we had a bunch of people. This is for the Patreon, right? So unless you're a member of the To Be Honest Patreon, you won't be able to access it. But it was... We got a bunch of people in the server in call to basically ask who would be the 4th host. And this one guy joined who draws like fat art. And I asked him, how big could you draw it? And then he basically just said, oh, sky's the limit. And I said like, oh, could you do like a galaxy? And then he was like, yeah, I could do like an entire universe. And then you could hear Colossal and Dolan in the call getting absolutely just physically repulsed by what he was saying. Colossal was in the background going, oh my god, kill him now. And then I was doing this bit where I was just, I just, like, while the guy was talking, I was just there being like, I'm almost finished. Keep going. But then they kicked the guy at the call, so blue balled.
Or the shipping can be a lot faster.
Regardless, there are some figures that never saw the light of day.
No, this is all one bad dream.
Why you put bit in quotation marks?
I refuse to believe you actually exist.
If it isn't clear already, YouTooz has a lot of product, but some ideas wouldn't come.
Okay, YouTooz, if you're watching this video, I will come back if you do a My Name Jeff YouTooz. Have they done a My Name Jeff? My Name Jeff YouTooz. Surely they've done one, right? His name is Jeff. No, idiot.
Come to fruition. Lunch Club rug, Will and Nee, Red sitting in a chair, Human Captain Puffy, Snoopy flying on a barn. Like really, if I sat here naming every single unreleased product, we'd be here for a while. So here's just some of the canceled YouTooz products. Deji, although already having a figure, is completely different. Some of the canceled YouTooz products. Deji, although already having
That's the worst meme of Deji, by the way. Let me move the camera. They did the cream pie. Have you seen that meme of Deji? Hang on. It's literally from this meme taking the piss out of him. Yeah, there we go. Gonna prank my dad when he gets home. Day 1, day 2, day 800. God, you can tell that this is like a really old meme. This is a really old meme. Day 7,000. Because he used to do these videos where he would prank his dad, and it was actually like the most staged content. I mean, I get it. Like, you know, he's a kid.
Hey guys, Comedy Shorts Gamer.
40-second video. Like, not a care in the world, man. No need to get it to 10 minutes. No need for mid-rolls. No need for end cards. It was a simpler time. You just uploaded what you wanted because you liked it.
Basically, my dad has just gone out. No, why not? Why not?
Okay, I don't know whether this is going to get claimed or not, for God's sake.
Nice.
Wait.
Thank you.
This is hilarious. Like, you can see the camera.
You trying to prank?
Who are you trying to prank?
Gay.
Ha! Gay!
Gay.
Only Comedy Shorts Gamer could fumble a prank as easy as that.
A figure, a completely different toy could be seen in the background of a few of his
Actual base stat.
videos, but was never properly announced or ever released. Although it is possible that this is just an earlier version of his figure, and they simply just didn't like it and eventually
Bring this back? That was actually wholesome content. What the hell?
turned into the figure that we have today. Or it's also possible that since his first figure didn't sell very well, a second figure was scrapped.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, no one got... That's an 11-year-old bit. Like, no one would have got that.
Junkie Janker, although being somewhat well known for playing Minecraft with other creators like Call Me Carson and Quackity, he's more well known for being the voice of Gumball. So it shouldn't be a surprise that when...
Show the picture of Deji's dad. Oh yeah, there's this picture that's like spammed in the To Be Honest server of Colossal. Deji's dad. I don't know why it's so low quality as well. That is the original image. I don't know why it's so small. It's based.
blurry concept art of his figure was shown, assumingly by accident, people can make out that Gumball was supposed to be a part of it.
Who in chat said Mr. Pringles?
But since the character's from a popular TV show, and seeing how the figure never came out, they likely couldn't get the approval to include him, so it was scrapped. Yandere Simulator is a game where you play the girl who really likes a boy, so you kill anyone who gets in your way.
At least I think. I mean, I don't know. I own a Mac, so I can't really tell you.
With how interesting and seeing how other YouTubers are playing the game, it blew up back in 2015 and 2016, but the creator, Yandere
I remember like Markiplier and all that playing that game. Is that... Okay, chat. I have not looked into Yandere at all. I just know the dev's apparently a bit dodgy. Like, is it worth doing a main channel video on Yandere, even if it's a bad game, or is it just like, no, is it something you can't touch and you get cancelled straight away? I've never played it. I saw Markiplier play it like 9 years ago. That's the only experience I've had. No, everyone's saying no. Okay, everyone's saying no. It's still not finished. It came out like, it was announced like 20 years ago. You what? Really? Unlucky. How is it still not finished?
Despite getting donations from his audience and having multiple volunteers, he consistently made excuses as to why he couldn't finish the game. So it was...
We will get my response too. Please do it.
A surprise that a figure based off the main character was set to release. But due to people informing YouTooz of Yandere Dev's wrongdoings, the figurine was pulled and never released. In fact, for a long time, we didn't...
People did speedruns to get banned from the Discord. Yeah, I've seen videos like that. They got a couple 100k views. And then, like, yeah, they'll just say, like, one word, and it obviously triggers, like, an admin to just ban.
Even know how the figurine looked like, until Yandere Dev himself showed it off. In the years since, Yandere Dev still hasn't finished the game, but also has been accused of heinous acts. And although we won't
Thank you, Asher, for the 23 months.
Go into too much detail here, it's likely for the best that the figurine never came out. As previously mentioned...
Has that interview from Umperville dropped yet? Does anyone know? Mr. Breast... Hang on. No, still hasn't dropped yet. I'll keep an eye on that, because I think it's meant to come out today. Where he interviews Mr. Breast.
There are tons of products that were known to exist but never released. But what I find more interesting are the creators that were offered their own products and yet denied it.
Are you getting the YouTooz? I'm not.
Flamingo, who as previously mentioned has collabed with YouTooz on various different occasions, and he was meant to get more, as Albert's and Cletus writing were leaked. But these were shot down as Flamingo himself would deny this, which was a surprise to the people working at YouTooz, as Albert never informed the company that he wanted to stop working with them. But a specific reason would be made clear a few months later, as in a response to a fan finally receiving their Cletus plushie after, allegedly, it took a year to ship, Albert would respond by stating, quote, "Sorry, yeah, that's why I don't do YouTubes anymore. Glad you finally got it though." It's clear that Albert doesn't want to work with the company anymore because of the negative experiences that his fans had, as I think even the most die-hard YouTubes collectors have to agree that yeah, of course it takes time to produce products, but these shipping times are just a bit too much sometimes. But even then, Albert not making it clear with YouTubes that he doesn't want to work with them, it's just kind of dumb. Like, you mean to tell me he can't just tell them, ship better, L, massive L, bye bye?
Okay, obviously not like that, but you know what I mean.
Lastly, there's the case of the now deceased Too Mad. Although he's generally disliked by the majority of the current internet, back in 2019 and 2020, with his MLG style of editing and his—
I talked about this in yesterday's stream. Like, he was actually so respected, and I remember the views he'd get as well doing the like Overwatch. He was basically one of the last people to do like montage parodies, like super high edited, like, you know, well, he basically took montage parodies and then put it into a singular game. Instead of it being about a topic, it was about a game.
His loud things that just don't make sense.
Someone said he died. I can't tell if you're doing a bit or not, honestly.
Humor. At the time, he was an entertaining and one of the most beloved creators. So much so that he was one of the first creators to receive a figurine. And although everything seemed fine on the surface, Too Mad seemed to have a lot of resentment against the company, as on a stream that took place on May 12th of 2020, a fan would ask if he would ever receive another figure.
Too Mad you choose V2?
I need to make another torch.
Thank you.
No.
Why would you have those lights in your... Let me move the camera. Why would you have those lights in your room? I feel like that would just give me... That would... I would actually... I don't know how strong it is on his eyes, but that would actually give me a stroke.
I'm gonna shit talk YouTubes in a sec.
After denying it, he goes on to make several claims against the company.
YouTubes are the shittiest fucking... They have terrible business practice. It's fucking dog shit. And you know how I know that?
Oh, he's got the K-pop cut out as well when he was like renting all the BTS stands.
It's because I'm shit talking them right now. I probably have thousands of viewers right now, and I've done it publicly on YouTube as shit talker. Because they're dog shit, and they don't treat people right.
Too Mad died? How do you not know as a slut channel? I know he died. When did I say he didn't? Someone in chat said he died, question mark, and I couldn't tell whether he was doing a bit or not.
Pretty sure there's some named Austin Long, some fuckhead behind Omnia Media. His name's Austin Long. He sucks. Yeah, YouTube's is dog shit because main reason is they're run by Omnia, and Omnia is just really terrible. You know, they're really scum.
Well, they're not run by Omnia anymore. Omnia now are like just not even paying out YouTubers and stuff. I remember like Memulus and I'm Alex going on record saying like they're still owed money. I'm not sure whether that got resolved or not. But Austin left, and then he started YouTubes.
Comes to making deals for people. I don't know if it's because they're comfortable doing it or what it is, but I've heard examples, my personal friends, where they just, you know, get fucked over by them. I personally got a bit fucked over by the fact that they gave me a really bad cut on my YouTubes. So they're giving other YouTubers who are literally just my friends, giving them fucking $3 more than I was getting, because I was getting $7 per toy.
Yeah, this is like a common thing going around. I mean, I still to this day think it's true that some YouTubers are getting slightly better cuts, whether they own shares in the company or, you know, they get treated better in general. I think, yeah. I think if I were to work with them again, which I'm totally down to do, I would definitely want like a sheet of how much everyone's being paid and like just proof, you know. Because I remember one thing as well, like when I worked with them, they said at one point to me, like, because I wanted to check how many units were being sold. Because, like, okay, a good example, right? Shopify. Oh, I'm selling my merch right now. Available, pyrocynical.store. And we got a beanie. Like, I can track how many orders are being ordered through Shopify, right? But with YouTooz, you couldn't check. There was no portal to log into to be able to check the orders, which I always thought was a little bit sussy. You basically just asked them and said, how many did we sell? And they'd give you a number. And it's like, I don't think they're liars, but it's like, why can't you link me some kind of portal that I can log into and check? Like, I don't know. I just feel like taking like word of mouth from someone over Discord. Like, it's kind of harder to believe it.
And then there's YouTubers who are getting 10. Like, obviously, it's like, it's not really a shitty thing to not, you know, give somebody a good contract. But, you know, when you're doing something that has to do with creators, it's kind of weird that you're giving some people that and then somebody this. It's just.
Bro, what do you think of Kendrick's new album? I'm white. Metro's booming track. I'm not listening to the track on stream, bro. I'm not being roasted a second time. I got 3rd degree burns last time. I'm not doing that again.
It's a matter of like knowing.
Is he shading Drake again in the thing?
And YouTube's is run by them.
Are you gonna move your face cam? I'm gonna move it after this segment because I'm blocking his face.
And when they come to, they just want to fucking milk me. Like literally, I sold one YouTube's, it sold fine. They only made 1,000 pieces, but it sold out. Easy. They gave me $7 per toy, and they have the fucking balls to come back to me.
$7 per toy. So 7 times 1,000. Wow, that's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, that's. I know I sound out of touch, but like compared to merch that we do ourselves, that's not good. That basically is an appearance fee. I mean, $7,000 sounds like a lot, right? That's 1,000 units. That is 1,000 units. I mean, a good comparison is when I streamed yesterday for like 2 hours, I made like $4,000. So it just, yeah, that was 2 hours of work as opposed to like a constant promotional campaign for 7,000 that lasts weeks. Yeah, that's not, yeah. That's not... I sound incredibly out of touch. I apologize for that. But I think it's also... It also helps people that are watching this when someone is being transparent about earnings and stuff. But yeah, that's really... That's not good.
Ask me to make another YouTube's, and then I asked them, yo, give me the same split you're giving everybody else. Give me the same split, $10 per toy. And they're like, nah, we can't do that. Oh, nah, fuck off. Fuck off. Literally die. And they're like... Their shit's like copyrighted too. They're like selling memes that they don't even fucking own. Like they're literally selling Sonic toys. This shit's...
You need a calculator for 7 times 1,000? Yes.
It's fucking illegal. Like, why are you being scumbags? What's the point of being a scumbag? Like, you have a really cool business idea. You have people, good artists who can make really cool things. You have 3D modelers who can, you know, make really artistic, cool things that are original. Why be a scumbag and copy things and give people shitty splits? Like, you're just gonna have people like me shit talking.
Now, the claim of selling unlicensed toys is likely
What's 5 times 5 without a calculator? 21.
referring to the Pepe and OK Boomer and to some extent Uganda Knuckles, which we already discussed. Clearly, they've made mistakes and they have improved since, but every other claim is new. And once the clip was posted onto the YouTube subreddit, Austin would respond, although it's somewhat unclear which Austin did, by first discussing the previously mentioned figures and explaining that they've learned. Then on the point of them being owned by Omnia Media, he stated, quote, YouTubes is an independent company not affiliated with Omnia Media. Although it should be noted that Austin Long does have some history with Omnia Media, so it's entirely possible that Tumet saw this and got mistaken. Either way, YouTube is in no way owned.
Yeah, I know that Omnia and YouTooz weren't they weren't affiliated at all. It's just because Austin was part of Omnia and then he left for like particular reasons, and then yeah, he started YouTooz.
Owned by Omnia. Lastly, he tackles the point of payments. According to Austin, near the beginning of YouTube, he had a deal where if a YouTuber's figure sold over 3,000 units, they would increase the payment. But Tumet...
Why'd you need a slop channel when you make 2K an hour? Well, it's... Keep in mind as well, that was a very good stream yesterday. I had someone very generous that was donating an insane amount of money. That is not consistent with every single stream. It's not always going to be that same amount of money because it does rely mostly on TTS donors.
Didn't even sell 1,000, so he didn't get the bonus money.
So it's not like it's guaranteed.
Weird contracts aside, Tumet was required to promote the figurine on his YouTube channel, and although from what I can find, he technically did, but I think they wanted more of an actual promotion and not just a throwaway 5-second.
W. Richard? Yeah, he gave me like 1,500 yesterday. That was just absolutely insane.
At the end of the video. Despite the terrible promotion, YouTooz still paid Tumet and still reached out to him months later to ask to make another figure. But when YouTooz didn't give Tumet the $10 payment, that's when he said that, and he's hated the
fuck you and eat shit. Actual Tumet response.
Company since. Look, in my silly...
I remember when he unadded me on Discord and then he tweeted at me saying, why did you unadd me off Discord? Just like, what?
Little opinion, both sides have valid points. Tumet wanted to get paid as much as his peers, but YouTooz might have seen this as unreasonable since he didn't sell enough products and didn't hold up to his end of the deal. It should be noted that we are discussing someone who's no longer with us and clearly wasn't in the best mental state. So out of respect for his loved ones, I'll refrain from making any further speculations.
Oh, good thing that's the only...
Isn't Tumet like dead or something? Yes, he passed away. TMZ, if they're to be believed, by the way, TMZ got from the coroner that it was a morphine overdose. He just had a huge drug habit. Basically, he moved to LA, and unfortunately, what happens in LA, you get pulled into this spiral of just drugs, and you'll cap out on a drug. It won't be enough. You'll move up to the next drug, and yeah, yeah.
The big controversy they've been in.
Oh, dude, that's just the beginning of it.
You know, you are so incredibly lucky I don't just beat you up right now.
As of now, YouTube's been around for over 5 years, so there's bound to be some controversy. Aside from the previously mentioned problems, YouTube has worked with people who would later be outed for allegedly doing heinous acts. Ryan P, I'm Alex, just to name a few. Although, like I said, it was only after they worked with YouTube's, meaning the company had no
Yeah, I wonder what happened with Ryan. He kind of just... Well, it's the same as Alex, right? They kind of just quit the internet. They went completely radio silent.
Possible way to know that these were allegedly bad.
I don't think Ryan will ever do a response because he was like a manager type, so he can kind of just like go away. But I do wonder if Alex will come back with a response.
People, and even then, YouTubers want nothing to do with them, as even with the previously mentioned figures, they were all removed and can no longer be.
I actually saw, because I obviously I live up north, right? I'm not really in like the whole London YouTube scene in that. I'm a little bit of a hermit because most of my social groups are like out of country. But I noticed that like there's this girl called Bambino Becky. She wanted me to go on her. She seems really nice. She wanted me to go on her podcast a little bit ago, and I never followed up on it because I just forget stuff because I'm really stupid. But she had someone on the podcast. I think it was George Clarkey or something. And I think they threw like they mentioned something about I'm Alex, I think. I think it was just like I'll see if I can find it. Hang on. It was something about like because it's so weird that even like people like this are mentioning it as well. It'll take me a second to find it. I think it was after this sponsor shill bit. Oh, here we go.
Oh, that's it. Worst podcast guest.
The first one we had on.
Oh, you're clever because that's going to make people go and watch. And who's your dream podcast guest, please?
Dream
Thank you.
podcast guest, same as the worst, because I feel like they can revamp their life.
Is it a vamp?
No, it was I'm Alex now. It's a dream guest on the podcast.
Yeah, it's so weird like how people are still making jokes and stuff about it. Like it's obvious that it's spread around the whole London scene as well. I remember like seeing so many people make Instagram stories talking about it.
We found on the YouTube website. It's clear that they're aware of what their collaborators are doing publicly and are willing to take swift action if they're doing anything out of line.
Alright, next I need someone who knows anything about business.
Sign, I guess I have to be here.
And I need someone to tell me when I'm being too mean.
Well, I will certainly do that.
How did I get so lucky with you guys?
How did we get so unlucky with you?
Disclaimer, don't be mean to people. Alex Rems was a Twitter user. He sort of orbited around the YouTube community.
Wow, you're such a good researcher. I'm being sarcastic since I know you can't tell.
Around June of 2021, social media accounts were being created for UWOOZ, a new line of mini YouTooz figures, as many people posted about it on the YouTube subreddit. And on the 24th of June, Alex would notice as well, as he would buy the uwooz.com domain, seemingly because YouTooz just forgot to grab it in time. YouTooz would message Alex showing interest in getting the site, to which Alex would respond by saying, "No thanks, I have other plans." And these plans would go into effect, as if he went to the website, this would show up, proclaiming, quote, "YouTooz bad," and quote, "They consistently delay figures and they turn out bad quality."
It's like the most stock website as well, just free web template.
Now they want to increase with price, which is not fair. Join in not supporting YouTooz, end quote. Along with two images, one stating "fuck YouTooz" and the other we're gonna have to censor was a screenshot of a adult film that had a YouTooz product. This would cause Alex to get banned from the YouTooz subreddit, and YouTooz even got in contact with Alex's mom and further elaborated on what happened. Quote, "We're reaching out as it comes to our attention that someone ordering for your credit card has engaged in disparaging and defaming content against our brand. The instance of issue occurred yesterday and involved a webpage being made that featured explicit adult content. The webpage was promoted on our platform, which violates our terms of service around defamation and disparagement," end quote. Now, to be clear, the image itself didn't show anything super explicit, but the screenshot Despite clearly being from an adult site we cannot name, I don't blame them for being upset. And YouTooz further elaborated by stating, quote, "The domain isn't meant to be used. We wanted to just hold on to the handles and domains to make sure someone didn't do something exactly like this. If the domain didn't have anything on it related to YouTooz, we wouldn't have cared. Quote, we work with many partners of varying sizes. Anything we stamp our name on, we have to protect and take care of the same way someone would want to take care of their own personal name. On top of that, YouTooz understandably didn't want a site that
I know
featured
this is
inappropriate
late, but you
material to
should
be
give
promoted.
Kappa Yender Sim video or June the King's history video on Yandere Ever watch whenever you have the chance to. It goes in depth in why the game is still a dog shit unfinished mess to this day."
Thank you, Skull, for the 10. Yeah, I might check them out. Appreciate it.
A space where people under the age of 18 would be exposed to it.
You have a site where a lot of, younger people visit that aren't, over 18. And it's very clear our rules that, like, we don't tolerate that at all. Like, we don't want people being put in a position where they could be exposed to something that isn't good.
After a few backs and forths, eventually Alex and his mom sold the domain to YouTooz for around $500. And if you try going to the site today, it just takes you to the YouTooz website. But there are some claims that are either very flimsy or...
500 is nothing. Some people charge you like hundreds of thousands of dollars for a website.
Flat out can't be backed up. Aside from Alex actually being around 12 years old at the time of the situation...
Okay, to be fair, $500 as a 12-year-old is like, that is life-changing money. Imagine how many V-Bucks he bought.
I'm just showing you this to prove that I did my research. It's been claimed that YouTooz refunded orders because of the situation, but YouTooz said they didn't. So who's right and who's wrong? Well, in the screenshot provided, only one of the 2 plushies were refunded. If YouTooz really were as upset as Alex claims, wouldn't they just refund both? Even then, this screenshot is cropped, so we're not able to see the date of when he received the email. As for the claim of Alex getting threatened with a lawsuit and his mom getting a cease and desist, yeah, there's nothing backing this up. Every email that his mom got weren't cease and desist letters, and YouTooz have gone on to deny this on...
Yeah, I noticed it wasn't a cease. It was like it was a little bit threatening. Like, we could take legal action, but then the bit that he didn't read at the end was just saying, like, oh, we're down to, like, talk about this.
Multiple occasions, and even further explain why this just doesn't make sense. Overall, if I have to side with someone, it has to be YouTooz. Look, I think they probably should have just bought the website before something like this could happen, but even then, I don't really see what they did wrong. What, they fought back after some annoying kid tried to make their company look bad? Is criticism valid? Of course, but everyone involved on Alex's side just didn't make them look good. Like, this Julian guy was consistently going after YouTooz at every opportunity, and Alex was consistently trying to get YouTooz's attention. Look, he was fairly young at the time, and maybe he just wasn't expecting the stuff to get so out of hand, but by spamming them in the replies of their tweets and playing victim when you were the one who started the situation doesn't give you a good look. In the years since, Alex has mainly moved on. Yeah, I'm definitely never gonna finish this fucking video. On October 1st, a tweet would come out saying that Roblox should sue YouTooz. This is a situation that I can't really go into specifics about, and it doesn't really
They did the Nugget plush.
matter to what we're talking about right now. However, Alex
I've only seen that from, like, ironic TikToks, man.
decided to respond to it, advocating that YouTooz deserve the hate, and that he hopes that they get
Someone said not the man-faced nugget. Yeah, is that what it's called now? The man-faced nugget?
And when questioned, Alex directly mentions his Ulus.com controversy. When he receives pushback, Alex still stands by his points that YouTooz is bad because they're the evil company or whatever. Although the thread does help to confirm some things I mentioned, if we're looking at it in a logistical standpoint, think YouTooz, the company that wants to work with people like Stampy Cat and FGTV. You know, kids channels. Imagine the shock of the content creators when they find a website that has YouTube-related content, but also has an image which, although isn't explicit and doesn't show anything crazy, is strongly implied to be from an inappropriate website. Yeah, I don't think those kid-friendly YouTubers would want to work with YouTooz. As the guy who's been researching this and every other topic for months now, this is very disappointing. I gave Alex a lot of charitability because at the time of the situation, he was fairly young. We all did dumb shit when we were 12, and we later were—
Someone donated $3 to show their game. After a year of hard work, my game Junk City Factory Simulator is now on Steam. I truly appreciate your support and hope playing it. Thank you so much. Help me, please. Why did the end come across like it was a genuine cry for help? Like you're gonna get shot by the mafia if no one buys your game.
regret those decisions. But Alex is 16 now, and he still acts like the same.
Everyone in the chat is replying by saying hashtag ad.
kid that he was 3 years ago, and still defends the situation that he started and is beyond knowing about.
I will try the demo out. I will try it out.
As for whatever happened to Uwus, although boxes containing the name have been seen, Uwus were changed to the Tooz figures.
And there is one more thing about art, but I don't think any of you know anything about that.
I do know Bird Up son and niece love that kind of stuff.
Actually, yeah. Hey, come on, Bird Up, let's go find them.
Son. Later, guys.
How long do we have to deal with this guy?
Hey guys, what's going on? Oh.
Hello Andres, what seems to be the problem?
Why are you guys playing that shit?
Well, it's actually kind of fun when you're not complaining about
Hey
it.
Pyro, did you ever watch the J Aubrey video on I Am Alex? You're in it a bit is the only reason I ask.
Thank you, Inflation Cynical, for the 10. Yeah, I watched it. I actually watched it with Slazzo. That was really weird, watching it with Slazzo. I was with him in Australia when we watched it. A little bit of whiplash there. Yo, Epic Danky! Thank you for the 50 gifted, bro. Appreciate it. W's in chat, W's in chat, W's in chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I don't know how you do this like every stream, bro. Thank you so much.
Talking about how YouTube might have stolen some art.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Thank you so much.
But hey, where'd they go?
Dude, I just got an offer from someone on Discord, and they just said to me right now, I'm not gonna give the details, but they've said, would you be interested in selling your backlog on Pyro Live for a lump sum of money? I've been offered that so many times by different people, but I always say no because I feel like I'm being shafted. Yeah, because I think all that means is like they just put ads on it for you.
Oh, come on, Andres and Uncle Bed Up. There is just
No, the videos would stay up. It just means like they put they put their own ads on it, so I just wouldn't be getting ad revenue.
so much to talk about.
By far the biggest allegation YouTube have ever been accused
I
of is
also
stealing.
wanted to say, according to my 2024 YouTube gaming recap, you were my top gaming creator and I'm in the top 0.1% Pyrocynical fans. That means I watched 40 times as much as the average viewer. I love content and slop.
Thank you, YOLO Swag, for the $20. Appreciate it, bro. Oh, thank you, Simnetic Games, for the 50 gifted. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. What's your currency? You're using Try? What's Try? That's okay, never mind. Thank you for the 50. Thank you.
Artwork, with the first significant being for the
Wait, how about-
rainbow plushie.
1 Turkish try, £2 sterling. So £1 sterling is 43. Dude, that economy is crazy. He paid like $1 to give 50 gifted, and the Epic Danky guy paid $250. Dude, the inflation situation is actually crazy.
On June 29th of 2021, Twitter user Min tweeted
W scam god. I know it's different currency. It's not a scam.
how similar the official Rambo plushie looks compared to their own drawing, although it did add that they didn't really mind and joked about the situation. But this was taken a lot more seriously by the general public, so much so that YouTubers themselves had to respond by DMing Min and stating that they made sure that they didn't accidentally reference the art. Regardless, they still paid Min $500, and Austin himself went on to respond publicly and posted a video showing how the Rambo plushie was made, and also explained that the artist Castroology was a big fan of Rambo themselves, so they got to include certain details. And looking at some of Castro's art of Rambo, things like the horn, freckles, and tails are present, just like how the plushie does. The point is, the designs are similar, but that's by complete coincidence, and they didn't really owe Min anything. And even Austin would later admit that paying them wasn't the best way to go about it, as it was seen as them admitting to something wrong. As for Min, despite all the evidence showing that YouTube didn't copy his design, and also being very generous given the circumstances, Min has disliked the company since, and has claimed on multiple occasions that they are the original designer of the plushie. As for Rambo, he technically was involved,
Since apparently he wanted to make sure everything was okay.
but Rambo hasn't made a new product with them since, and when questioned, he stated on Discord
Rambo's still like incredibly popular, right? He's got to be. I remember, like, God, he was probably the biggest creator in the Minecraft scene that was faceless, apart from Dream.
that, quote, "There is a reason why I have not..."
I mean, to be fair, Rambo still hasn't shown his face publicly, so
done a YouTube drop in a while, and that's all I can say. Like, I can't just outright say some things, but just don't worry about it, trust me. Since the comment is somewhat vague, it's debatable if this has anything to do with the allegations of artifact.
It's likely Ranboo asked them to pay, or maybe he offered, just proving how lovely and nice he is.
This was just the
He delved into weird corn content. I feel you're capping there. I feel like you're just saying something to say it.
first, as it started a wave of other people to accuse YouTooz of stealing artwork. On July 7th of 2021, Kulo posted about how in May of 2020, he had been contacted by Tommy Innit to draw a sketch of him, and eventually Kulo gave him this. But Kulo pointed out that they were never contacted nor compensated by YouTooz, even though the concept art...
Yeah, I remember having this problem with YouTooz, actually. I got like an artist to draw like a YouTooz model for them, and I actually had to end up paying for it, like out of my own money, which is fine. It was only like, it was basically nothing, to be fair. But yeah, I just remember like getting changes and stuff. It really was like a bit of a ball ache.
Similar to the official toy... Wait, what?
Techno was faceless and had an incredibly more loyal fan base than Dream. Techno shown his face though, didn't he? Before the diagnosis, before he was public about it. I thought he's shown his face, just not in videos.
Okay, look, YouTooz are made in collaboration with the YouTubers, so what likely happens is that they ask the content creators what they want in their toys, likely in a similar conversation that Kulov had with Tommy, and since he had a clear interest in making a figure, he would have likely thrown the same ideas to both people. But even then, the official figure and Kulov's drawing just don't really look similar. Of course, there's the obvious red shirt, blonde hair, and the music disc, but...
Dude, Tommy Innit was helping me eat good, man. Hang on a minute. Oh, fuck, where did I go to? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I remember like, hang on, if I go on my Pyro Live channel, I go on here, and then if I think my most popular video is a Tommy Innit clickbait video. Yeah, there it is, there it is. Saddest police interrogation yet. And all that was just a stream highlight. Nice hair, by the way, bro. What the hell is... Oh my god, look at that comb over. Malfoy. But yeah, like, that we colored the shirt in red and white. Isn't it crazy, though? Like, that video, like, clickbaiting Tommy Innit now would just not get views. But back then, like, at the peak, like, it actually did insane. Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, that comb over was grim, bro.
The obvious red shirt, blonde hair, and the music disc, but these are things that are expected to be a part of Tommy's figure, as these are things that Tommy are heavily associated with. That's like saying the Spyro YouTube...
I'm sorry, I'm talking to... There's this guy messaging me right now, and he got a commission from someone, and it's like fat art, right? And he's saying how... the artist hasn't replied to him in like over a month. And I noticed how he said in the commission, can you draw him eating a hamburger and then have him drinking a Diet Coke? Like, it's... Bro, it's fat art. Why does he need a Diet Coke? Why does he need a Diet Coke, bro? It's fat art. Are you joking? I like the cope. The Diet Coke every time. Can you draw my fox there, like really fat, like taking up the whole room, but then have him with a Sprite Zero?
Copied the design from the render of Spyro and Skylanders because they're...
No, I'm not getting it. It's someone else.
Both breathing fire. Like, no, Spyro is well known for shooting fire, so of course it's going to be a part of his figure. Even then, the Tommy YouTooz had a lot more differences, like the pose, having the vlog gun, having a diamond sword on his back, and Tommy doing a face. It's possible that Tommy might have shown them the concept art, but how is this YouTooz's fault? Tommy should have made it clear to them who made the art so they can get the proper credit. Overall, I just think this is all one big miscommunication. Was the art used? Maybe, but even then, Tommy might have just gotten too excited to get a figure that he forgot to credit the artist. To be clear, it's entirely possible that it happened, but it's not confirmed.
To mankind. Even now, Grim.
Even now? My hair's My hair's good now. What are you on about, little bro?
If it did, I don't think he meant any harm, and Tommy probably didn't think of it as he was fairly young at the time. It's just, this isn't really YouTube's fault, as they just listen to what the creators want on their toys. It is worth noting that as I was writing this script, QLove decided to delete their tweet about the situation. Finding the old links just lead you to the dead tweets, but archives do exist of what was—
Dude, I'm so happy I wasn't a Minecraft YouTuber in 2020, because, like, they had some weird fans, man. They had some weird fans.
said, and he also forgot to delete this one. Although I couldn't find the reason for why he did this, I did find an old tweet of him at least admitting that it was a miscommunication. In a similar case what happened with Hannah Rose's toy. To be clear, this happened a lot later, but it is worth mentioning now, as the figure looked very similar to the design that Coffee Cat had done. But after she was contacted by YouTube, they explained that Hannah herself had shown them Cat's design, and she was compensated and given credit on the figure's page. Last but certainly not least, there's the case of Technoplane.
This next one is our most significant accusation.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
The same day the Tommy Innit post was made, a thread will be posted from—
You should play
So when are
Psycho
we dropping
Pump.
the My Commission's weight loss journey video?
The My Commission's weight loss? That's never happening. Forget that. That is never happening.
Twitter user Sunny, alleged that their artwork of Technoplane, which was an emote that was made for Technoblade, was used to make the
Yeah, I heard that furry game before. It sounds pretty cool. I got linked it earlier.
YouTooz. And when they reached out to the company, they gave credit on a now deleted Twitter account and offered a free Technoplane. But when the Technoplane plushie was released, they weren't given credit. When Austin was asked, he stated that the team agreed the drawing looked similar and wanted to resolve it. This just seems very similar to the Rambo plushie case, where a YouTooz drawing just so happened to be very similar to already existing art. And since YouTooz have a history of wanting to support artists, that's likely what's going on here. But either way, wasn't this situation already resolved?
They offered me credit and a free Technoplane. They asked for a free set of plushies.
In the thread, Sunny mentions that the account that was credited is an account that no longer existed, which got me wondering, why was that Twitter account taken down? Well, Sunny, or Miles, was a Twitter artist, who, from what I can tell, was a fan of Technoblade, and had even drawn thumbnails for him. But on December 2nd of 2020,
Oh, that Cuphead one's based.
Tell was a fan of Technoblade, and had even
I like that Cuphead one.
drawn thumbnails for him. But on December 2nd of 2020, was called out for, get this, tracing, where they took someone else's work and copied it one-to-one, effectively stealing someone else's art and pretending that it was their own. When confronted,
Ooh. I know, like, if you get called out for tracing and it's proven on Twitter, that is, you are basically like, you are excommunicado. This is like John Wick levels of stuff. You might as well have the bubonic plague. Like, you are treated like a leper if you ever get done for tracing.
Sunny, or Miles, apologizes, but it was seen as more of a sorry I got caught. Sunny, Miles would private their Twitter account that same day, and would lose over 1,200 followers over the next few months. Although—
Yeah, Twitter is scary, bro. It is like, they can be brutal over there.
did attempt to return around
An era before AI took over, also true.
February of 2021, and changed the account name to Winnie. And although it did receive some support, after enough public backlash and people understandably were still being critical of them, Sunny, Miles, Winnie would delete the account. This conflict—
I mean, surely if you just owned up to it, apologized, and say, I'm not doing it again, like, yeah. Because then it'd reach the point that if you had any renters call you out, they would be, like, ratioed immediately. And been like, okay, well, they did it a while ago, and, like, they've obviously learned from their mistakes.
would be brought up in the replies of the YouTooz credit thread, which Sunny would respond by saying, quote, I've learned and grown from my mistakes, and also that, quote,
I understand that statement, but that is, oh God, if only Logan Paul never made that video, man. It just brought the whole standard of apologizing down.
happened like over half a year ago at this point. Easy YouTuber apology joke aside, my point in bringing this up isn't—
Wait, let me see those.
a year ago at this point. Easy
Addressing everything, Colleen Vlogs, Jenna Marbles I don't even remember what she apologized for, by the way, the Jenna Marbles one. I never understood that. Taking accountability, Shane Dawson. He's back now, actually. He actually came back. Little bro came back to... Yeah, there you go. 1.5 in 3 days. That's okay. That's probably what Darkwood got. Yeah, that's okay.
YouTuber apology joke aside, my point in bringing this up isn't to attack Sunny or to try to justify stealing artwork. Please do not do either. It's to bring up the hypocrisy of Sunny and the double standard of the—
I think tracing art is terrifying because I swear to God, like, if you trace art, you will be found out for it. It is terrifying.
general public. When Sunny is tracing and selling said artwork...
Isn't it crazy how that was the worst thing to do as a Twitter artist, like tracing? And now we've got this whole AI just like stealing everything and reusing it and stuff.
YouTubers? It happened, sure, but it's ignored because it happened a long time ago and they learned from their mistakes, even though all they did was just apologize that they got caught and ran off to a different Twitter account. While YouTooz, a company that's been accused of stealing artwork multiple times, even though in most cases are either coincidences or big miscommunications, have gone on to great lengths to ensure that this kind of stuff doesn't happen by having over 20 different artists on their design team and consistently uploading TikToks of how they make their products, still gets accused of stealing art.
Wait, I'm confused. If all this stuff is out there, then how come people aren't talking about it?
Well, yeah, that's sort of the main issue with all these different situations. Many of the people who make long Twitter threads or videos about YouTooz mentioning these situations either don't include certain information, such as Goovoid and Jalen, as both didn't mention why the Uwu's website
People get false flagged for being AI artists. Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
was taken down, and their only proof that this even...
You can trace art as long as you're not taking full credit of it. Yeah, I agree. I think the problem arises when you trace art and then you try to pass it off as completely your own. Like, obviously, if you're tracing art to learn to draw, you've got to start somewhere. That's totally valid. I don't see a problem with that. But, obviously, yeah, if you're taking someone else's art, tracing it, and acting like you were not inspired at all by someone else or not citing a source, then yeah, that's bad.
even happened was one tweet giving a brief explanation of what happened that also included misinformation. It's that, or people just don't think realistically. For example,
to be fair, that letter was worded like a cease and desist. There just wasn't any actual mention of it being legal.
In, again, Goovoid's video, Goovoid mentions that the crown in both the YouTooz and fan art both have the same pattern in the crown. That is, until you realize that the figurine also followed the same pattern of a red...
Tracing art to learn, skull emoji. I think it's fair. If you're just starting off and you need to learn how to draw something, yeah, it's like, I mean, people will cope and say you're not learning by tracing, but at the same time, it's better to trace something that's like publicly available and they've said it's okay to trace, and you learn as opposed to never picking up the pen at all.
Gem in the middle, then a green gem being placed on both sides, and the figurine continues that pattern throughout the entire crown. What likely happened is that the artist saw that the figurine had this pattern, and to keep it consistent, simply applied this pattern to the plushie. Don't get me wrong, companies acting in malicious ways definitely happens. But with YouTooz, that's just not the case. Coincidences happen, and people have the same ideas. To me, I think the majority of the people mentioned are likely just kinda dumb and didn't think realistically if what they're saying actually made sense. Look, companies, people, literally anything are not...
I mean, I don't know how to draw, I just commission it, so like my knowledge is limited.
Perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, it's simple human nature. But when people mess up, you have to give them a chance to do better. And YouTooz have taken those chances and improved. I understand why people get mad at this kind of stuff, but come on, dude, it's been like 3 years, find something new to complain about. To give a big TLDR to everything, YouTooz have worked with people that would later be outed for being bad people, but this came out after they worked with the company. YouTooz took down a website because of be outed for being bad people, but this came up.
I swear they've like edited his face to make him look even more just disheveled.
After they worked with the company, YouTooz took down a website because a 12-year-old took the name of an upcoming product for the URL, but put an image from an inappropriate website on it, which from a professional standpoint not only could be a bad look, but since the site was promoted in a place where minors were, it's more understandable why they took action. And YouTooz didn't really steal any artwork, as all the situations were either major coincidences, or the creators might have shown the art.
Wait, the situation? The situation? Say that again. Say that again. Say those words again in that order. The situation.
Worked to the company, so they had an idea of what they wanted their toys to look like. And even then, over the past 3 years, YouTooz have gone to great lengths to ensure that ArtFest doesn't happen. They've clearly shown that they're willing to improve and learn from their mistakes. It's been a long time since these allegations popped up, but people are still running with this narrative that YouTooz is a big evil company that harm innocent people.
Time to the trough, little piggies, to the trough.
Thank you, Tessie, for the 10. I don't know. You never miss a single stream to make that dono. It's insane.
Oh, Andres, you actually thought logically. I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Yeah, I'm really passionate when it comes to dumb, stupid plastic.
Well, we can now finally relax.
Whoa. Okay, look, no, we're not done just yet.
What?
Yeah, there's my problems.
What?
Hey, can you guys keep it down out there? Shut up, Andre. Yeah, I'm sorry, they're just being really loud. It's okay. I'm just kind of surprised how empty your room is. Like, really, do you just not like anything?
Nothing is perfect. Even the things that I like have problems. Avoiding some of the more obvious issues. First off, why is there so much shit to buy? If you're a person who likes to collect anything, you'll know the anxiety feeling of, oh wow, I have all the figures and Imaginators. Wait, I don't have Choppy Mage.
I think the only thing I collected as a kid... Okay, there's two things I collected as a kid, right? This is like autism story time. One of the first things I collected was these like bottle caps that I would pick up off the ground. Like little shiny bottle caps that were literally just from like people that were like day drinking, right? They just pop open a cap and they just stick it inside like a, you know, they're literally day drinking a Carlsberg, pop the cap, usually with their teeth probably because they were DJs, just leave them on the road. I would collect those. I don't know why. The only other thing I would collect is this like this chess set that they were selling. There was a Harry Potter chess set. Hang on. It was a Harry Potter chess set from the first film, the chessboard, and it was cinema. Basically, it came... There it is. It came in, like, an issue of a magazine. Oh, my God. I remember my nan would take me there, like, every week to go buy it. But then I kind of realized that you just couldn't get all the pieces because they never had the right issues in stock or, like, they sold out and stuff, and I just gave up after, like, 2 pieces. But, yeah, if you collected, like... It was like a chess guide because I used to be a little sweat at chess as a kid. I'm terrible at chess now. Like, you could rinse me. Like, I'm not trained up at all for that. But yeah, like that was... Oh, that's like a core memory unlocked. But yeah, they were selling these issues, and each issue came with a singular chess piece to build. Oh, you got a little timepiece as well. I remember that as well. Yeah. You got this like floating pen. It was obviously just magnets. How much are you selling that for? £2? That's actually not that bad. Yeah. But I did not collect a lot of stuff. This sounds really autistic. So I collected bottle caps, Fallout reference, and then obviously 2 pieces of the Harry Potter chess set.
Is it a first world problem? Well, yeah, but let me have my fun. You want to have every single different product that's been released, but with YouTooz, it's just almost impossible. As previously stated, there's over 2,200 different products, and with most of them at an average price of $30.
You did the same, but with plastic bottle caps. Yeah, it's just weird autism. It's so bizarre.
You can see how somewhat unreasonable or very expensive this is for the average collector. Now, to be clear, I understand that most people just buy 2 or 3 of their favorite content creators, and maybe 1 or 2 of the products for like the Five Nights at Freddy's plushies. And even then, in most cases with the figures and plushies,
2 pieces is not a collection. I think I got like 4. I need to find it. It's in my garage.
At least worth the $30 price tag. But then
I want that troll face one so badly. Please, if anyone has that, please send me that, bro. I'm begging. Please send me that to my PO box. The troll face YouTooz.
There's the pins. Like, really? You're asking me to pay $30?
When I was little, I would walk around my neighborhood collecting bottle caps thinking I was in Fallout. That's base though. What? I actually respect that as well. That's cool.
$30 for
I mean, as an adult, it's like, okay, you're a bit weird. But like as a kid, like, yeah, that's actually based.
Set of 5 pins? But I only want Golden Freddy. Well, you can buy that for $10. Then there's the mugs. Like, do you really expect me to say,
look at me with my Animal Crossing mug. The mug that works perfectly
You do not need a mug that big. That is the size of your head.
fine and I love so much. But goddamn, that Godzilla mug's looking real nice.
Honestly, they look pretty good, but the price is just kind of questionable. Oh, what about the twos?
Yeah, $30 plus shipping is pretty crazy for a mug.
Figures. Smaller figures that have very basic designs. I understand if it was maybe $15, but no, $25. You might as well just buy a normal figure. Then there's the keychains. As mentioned before, the first keychain was for dead meat, for around $10. But I could understand how this one is just not really profitable. But why are these things $25 now? Look, I get it. Making products cost money, and I understand that at the end of the day, both the creators, brands, and YouTooz need to get their profit. But do you really expect people to have this much money? Especially with how many products released these days. For example, on May 24th of 2024, YouTubers Chezzer and Vidal would be released, alongside free figures for Hatsune Miku, including Garfield Miku, Glittery Hatsune Miku, and Illuminate Jenny Miku. With 2 plushies of a snake and a cat also coming out, I'm not gonna even...
That's too much. That's too much. I get it. I get it. They want to try and hit all the margins they can, but that's an insane amount to release. The collectors will actually have to be investing in Bitcoin to get that return.
Try to pronounce that. But on top of that, a new wave of products based off the characters from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Okay, all I'm saying is that guy does not need his own YouTooz. The fat accountant guy that TikTok memed on for like a week, like ironically saying he was the best character. Everyone else, fair. He does not need a YouTooz. Like, you didn't even add MatPat as a YouTooz, man.
Movie would be released, including figures of Mike, Vanessa, Doug, and 2 versions of William Afton, plushies of Springtrap, Balloon Boy, Mike, and Abby, and a set of 5 pins bundled in one box. But then out of nowhere, glow-in-the-dark versions of Deku and Bakugo would be released. But then the next day, on May 25th of 2024, 6 products based off the characters from YouTuber Alan Becker would be released, including free plushies and free monitor buddies. And later that same day, the Peanut Butter X R for YouTooz would be released. That's 26 products all released on one weekend. Don't you think that's a bit much?
Not even in a month, on a weekend, bro.
Point is, too much stuff is releasing and costing so much that there's practically no point in actively collecting these things anymore.
You know you don't have to buy all them.
Remember earlier when Austin said that they wanted to, quote, support as many creators as possible? So did they live up to that?
No, they fucking didn't.
Dude, shut up! During the beginning of YouTooz, although it wasn't the only thing, making products of YouTubers were sort of the main focus. But as they got in more and more brands, games, and companies to work with, it seems like YouTubers are just kind of an afterthought. I mean, just look at the front page. Of the 48 products, only...
Let's check the website now. I want to see what's on their front page right now. F1 Harmony, My Singing Monsters, Doge, Internet Today, Monitor Buddies, Justin Wong. Nunchucks, John Wick, Grim Foxy I mean, that looks kind of cool though. Never mind. Springtrap Afton, Watermelon Chica. Where are they getting these ideas from? Just Watermelon Chica. Watermelon Chica. Scott the Was. I mean, Scott's kind of based though. The Y-Files. I don't know this character, but I see like everyone on Twitter simping for this character like so much. And then Luna as well. Like everyone is like simping for Luna, like every furry. Hatsune Miku Fall Guys. Okay. Okay, that one is kind of based though. I like okay, they might be selling me on the Fall Guys ones. They might be selling me on the Fall Guys ones. Okay, he's got the egg on his head. That's kind of based. Oh, that purple. I like that purple one. Okay, actually, that could be my favorite one. I actually like that one. I like that one. What else they got? Godzilla. Oh, they got Car. Oh yeah, I need to do a video on Garn 64. That's right. Yeah, I need to play Garn 64 again. Oh yeah, they got Drilly as well, the little tutorial helper thing. Amanda, Wooly. That's a Dead by Daylight guy, right? Oh, they got soon Astrobot, Sly Cooper, Jinxie Red. That looks nothing like Jinxie, bro. Dude, I'm sorry. That looks nothing like Jinxie. That looks nothing like him at all. At least have the shaved head. I know he's grown his hair back a bit, but like, just give him a shit. Ah, they got the Foco plush. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he told me he was working with them. Yeah, that looks based. Yeah, their art department is definitely on top. Definitely.
14 are related to content creators, as the rest are for shows in games like Hell of a Boss, Minecraft, Cuphead, and SpongeBob. And if we're looking at all of the products, in April 2019 to April 22nd of 2022, a majority were YouTuber related, while brands, games, companies were only a smaller but decent amount. But looking at it for the year since, it's the complete opposite. In putting them together, although shows that they're pretty much the same amount, it's clear that in more recent years, YouTube have been prioritizing more brands, games, companies, products than content creators. And honestly, I mean,
this is what happens. It's classic evolution. It's like Fortnite. Like Fortnite would help creators loads, and now they just work with like huge brands and stuff because creators only have so much reach.
Blame them. Considering the bad reputation that some content creators get years after their product.
Bro, who put jail bars on Carson for a thumbnail? What?
I don't blame them. Considering the bad reputation that some content creators get
jail bars on him, bro. What? Yo, what?
Years after their products were released with YouTooz, even if they weren't aware of their wrongdoings, they don't want to associate with someone who turned out to be a bad person. Or it's likely that the YouTuber toys just aren't really selling the way they used to. Back then, figures sell out in literally seconds.
Then there's Jacksepticeye, where a lot of his products are still available on the site since November of 2023.
It's likely the reason why they started using this timer thing. And maybe Crash Bandicoot and Five Nights at Freddy's toys just sell better. But isn't that the point of YouTooz? Like, it's YouTooz, you know, like YouTubers.
Yeah, this is kind of annoying, but they just want to make money, so whatever. There is one issue that I feel like is fairly important, and I feel like is ruining the identity of YouTooz. Did you just talk? Whatever. Look, it's the YouTooz eyes.
When making a product that's collectible, it's important to make sure the consumer is aware of who's making the product. For example, Funko Pops have black eyes on every figure. YouTooz, although near the beginning...
Is that Thanos gold Funko? Hang on. I want to know if it's real or it's just a fever dream. No, it actually is real. I saw that in a store. Why on God's earth would you want to own that? Avengers 3 Thanos Yellow Chrome Funko Pop.
Didn't have this. As they continued to make products, they were building a clear identity that every figure and product have these distinct YouTooz eyes. It's a clean design that can really fit on anything. So what can go wrong?
Confused? Yeah, just let me explain.
That content
on
warning?
certain products, YouTooz eyes are hitting quite well.
Oh yeah, these don't look like YouTooz at all. They just look like actual conventional figures.
Or flat out just don't have
Who is buying that, bro? Who is buying Bob's Burgers plushes?
the eyes. Just look at any of the Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, or Helluva Boss toys. Even some of the content creators ones have these, like the VTubers and FGTV. The YouTooz eyes blend in with the pupils, and I think it's just so people don't complain because technically the eyes are there. But then there's the
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's actually a pretty good touch.
products that just don't have the eyes, like the entire South Park line.
Yeah, I would not think that's YouTooz. I would just think that's South Park, like straight up.
Now look, inherently, I get it. Maybe certain people just don't like the eyes. And I would understand if these were maybe one-offs, like with Withered Bonnie or Nobody Sausage. But I'm sorry, why should I buy a YouTooz? What exactly makes these figures stand out compared to Funko Pops? Because let me ask you, would you rather buy a Deku figure for $30 just to wait months for it to show up, or go to GameStop and buy a cooler looking one for half the price?
I wouldn't say that's cooler looking. I hate to... I think this video's been pretty spot on, but saying a Funko Pop looks better, that's a cope.
Of course, at times the designs of YouTooz figures are beyond better than Funkos. It just seems like they're turning into a generic figurine company, as they're slowly but surely losing what made them so unique.
Okay, I'm being kind of dramatic, but those were my
Chunko Pop? Well, there's a reason why there was a whole character in Cruelty Squad you had to kill who just had like a Chunko Pop collection.
issues with YouTube.
Jesus Christ, dude, you gotta shut up, man. Like, you've been going on about this for Andres!
Jesus Christ. Hello, Andreas.
Andres, I've been seeing you in like a year, dude. Where have you been?
Oh, you know, just hanging on my table. Mainly
It's funny, when I was 19, I would do these exact kind of skits in my videos as well.
from you. Say, do we have any friends outside of this?
All right. This wasn't some kind of invitation to start talking to me again, dude. No, go away. Go back to your side of the room. Oh, I need to have enough added up in new just so I can buy the new Turkey Tom shirt. Fuck you. If you want a product that's in stock on the YouTooz website, they're usually around $29.99 each with $5 shipping. But if we're talking resale value, any product that is in stock on the YouTooz website or content...
I don't think $5 shipping is terrible. But obviously, if you're already paying 30 for it and then you get 5 on top of that as well, it's not great. I mean, I know that our shipping for merch is like, if you're like living in somewhere like the Philippines or something, it's really not good. But again, like, that's not our fault. It's more Royal Mail.
creators that fell out of popularity or other reasons all resell lower than the original asking price, as many sell for as low as $10 to maybe around $25.
When you were 19, you made montage parodies? Well, yeah, exactly. It just shows, like, younger, just actually making, like, I mean, I'm doing a video on MLG in a couple of days, like a retrospective on it. I'm actually really excited to get into that.
Some do retain their value if the product is of a person who's beloved by many or the product is sold out, as they go for around $30 to $80. But if the product was unique, had a low amount of units made, or were only available for a short amount of time, they could possibly go for over $100. But bear in mind that prices change a lot, as figures that were worth something a couple years ago are now sitting at the lowest they've ever been, so buy at the right time. Overall, YouTooz is not the worst figurine company. Throughout the years, it's fairly apparent that they know how to handle criticism, and have either learned from their mistakes and improved,
Or tried to make something positive out of a negative situation.
but they also aren't perfect. To be clear, if you don't like YouTooz because they have overpriced products that take forever to ship out, I think that's fair. But don't take things at face value. Not everything is black and white. Sometimes there's more to a story than what's being told, and even if there are mistakes, let them at least try to learn from their wrongdoings. But many people just don't really care about the truth. So although they might not be the worst, YouTooz is the controversial collectibles company.
Well, now that's all done and over with. What are we gonna do? We can't keep all these stupid toys and plushies.
You know, Bird Up? I have an idea. Hello, I'm Andres.
And I'm Bird Up.
Have you ever wanted a dog, but with a hat? Well, introducing the Dog with Hat YouTooz. Sure, it might not be real, but so is my bird.
Can you please stop saying that?
So, you interested?
Did he make that? He didn't make that, right? That was already pre-existing.
Well, introducing the Dog with Hat YouTooz. Sure, it might not be real, but so is my bird.
Can you please stop saying that?
So, you interested? Well, Bird Up, it didn't work, but at least we have a bunch of cool toys.
You are so lucky that you don't pay the bills around here.
I know. Well, buddy, I'll see you in a couple months.
Use my Fortnite code, DIE.
Die. Yeah, that was a good video. I mean, the skits and stuff, people were like roasting it, but, you know, I did the exact same stuff at 19, so I don't really think there's much of an issue with it.